Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Insurance companies often discourage people from getting an attorney. If I can't get you more, even after our fee, then you owe us nothing, not even our costs. I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA 21-12670. Offices in Baton Rouge.
WNXX, Jackson, KNXX, Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning, everybody. It is 7 a.m. on Wednesday, May 24th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect sunny skies with a high of 87. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 1 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert. Yeah! Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. T-Bob, Jake, Mara, Taylor hanging out with you here on this Wednesday, May 24, 2023. And this is your LSU baseball pregame show, as we're going to be taking you right up until first pitch, as LSU will get underway at the SEC tournament in Hoover, Alabama today. It's going to be at 9:30 a.m. First pitch is set for, and we're actually going to go out to Hoover here in about 10 minutes when we talk to Ben McDonald next segment. So we'll run through a little day one recap of what happened yesterday in the tournament, look at some big stories, set up LSU, and get to Ben next. We got Saints OTA talk coming today, boys, and I got to say, after a morning of prep, Saints are going 12-5. Easy this year. Smash the over, okay, on all the win totals. I'll tell you why. Coming up a little bit later. No Flestering today. Unfortunately, Matt Flynn is out, but we still got some LSU football talk. Would you rather Wednesday? We can get into if we want. Hour 3 NBA playoffs, everything else. So NFL quarterback tier list. It's going to be a fun day here on OTB, and we invite you to come join us on 1045 ESPN or youtube.com/1045 ESPN, where you can hop in that YouTube chat and we can hang out all morning. Make sure you hit the like button and whatnot. How we feeling today, boys? Jake, what's up, man?
Yeah, today's the first day that you don't have school traffic, at least for me.
Oh, nice. Okay.
On the way into work, and that's a great day. It's a great day because a lot of times you would think when you're on the road and it's in the 6 o'clock hour that you wouldn't have traffic, but where I live, it's like you're trying to go to a bunch of different schools. So today, great. Went through campus, no traffic. So
nice. It's the little things.
It is. It is the little things. When you have a 12-passenger van and you're trying to drive around town,
it's true.
Less cars.
It's a wide deal. Shout out to all the parents figuring out what to do with their kids all day. Let's keep making this one day at a time. Pool's always great, right? You really start to realize the value of a pool in terms of just something to keep these kids entertained. Boys, how we feeling? Mario, I want to go in depth hour 3, but since we're not going to touch on it till then, anxiety check now that your Heat have cracked open the door. Because when you think about it, the Celtics are just a home win away from just being a road win away from a home game 7. You got to start feeling a little weird.
A little bit. If the Celtics win Game 5, things are going to get a little hairy. But still 3-1. Still got Eric Spoelstra. I think they'll be straight.
I don't know, dude. I don't think Eric Spoelstra watches the town 4 times a week. How the hell is he supposed to be ready?
Fair point.
Taylor, what's up, dude? How are you feeling?
Who watches the town 4 times a week?
Joe Mazzulla, the head coach of the Boston Celtics. I went in a deep hole about this. I had no idea. I guess it made the rounds on all the NBA sites a few days ago, but yeah, he's legitimately obsessed with the town, watches it 4 times a week to get into that Boston mindset, and even has made I think you love this line, Jake, don't you? Because you love The Town, right? I mean, I like The Town, too.
Yeah.
The Town's a very good movie.
Yeah.
But I feel like you've called this line specifically out the so whose car are we taking,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So he actually printed those on all the shirts, and that's been like their
Okay, I can get
their
behind
like
that.
fourth quarter motto.
Yeah, that was that's the
year.
same scene that I used when Scott Woodward hired
That's
Brian
what
Kelly.
it was. Yes, I knew you had
Yeah.
used it somewhere. Yes. So that exact scene has also stuck out with Joe Mazzulla.
Okay. I
And
can get
everybody
behind
was
that.
clowning him for it yesterday, but now they're towning him for it as they get the big win.
As they
I mean,
should.
People were clowning him for it. Were probably like the Levitard show because they're Miami Heat fans.
No, I think no, look, let's be clear. The news cycle, I mean, even ESPN yesterday, you had Windhorst up there talking about how the Celtics players were never really happy that they fired Ime Udoka. It's not to say that they don't like Mazzulla, but they were like the news cycle was ready to eat Joe Mazzulla alive when it was 3-0. You will not see a bigger comeback this entire year than if the Celtics managed to do this, and how Mazzulla will
Who's
be treated.
entertained by that though?
What?
Like who's entertained by that? Like the Celtics coach because this is going to happen. Then they're bringing up old stories and trying to make them new stories.
My dumb brain was kind of like, ooh, spicy.
Okay, so it's you.
Yeah,
Just the tabloids.
I mean,
Yeah,
I think I'm representing. I'm representing the same reason why HBO Max is now Max. And you're all
Yeah.
having to sign in
Makes
on a
no
new
sense.
app. Is because there's
I go to
a-
watch Barry yesterday. It's like, hey, you got to download
I
this
know.
new app, and I download it, and my progress is set like exactly what it was on HBO Max.
I know, but I guess there's a large. They have the data. They've done some sort of market testing or focus testing where HBO just must not play with the majority of America. To me, it's like, hey, we removed the seal of quality on this thing, but obviously that's not the case. So in the same way, I'm representative of the same people that tested they liked Max better than HBO Max. When I hear the juicy tidbit about how the Celtics are never happy about Ime Udoka got fired, I'm like, ooh, okay, that's scandalous. So I get it. Look, ESPN is not in the business of talking about things that aren't going to get people to tune in, right? Like if nothing else, that is literally
my
their
question.
sole
Yeah,
thing.
I know it for sure. But my question is, who is tuning into that? I'm just curious. You
lot
answer
of
me.
people.
You.
Anyway, the Town 4 times a week. Hell yeah, Joe Mazzulla. Whose car are we taking? We got to hurt some people, man. Which again, I don't know if we should celebrate that. If someone asks you to just hurt someone, blind play. I don't think
If
I
it's
don't
your
care
boy,
how
though,
tight
I mean-
you are. No, I don't.
If
I don't
it's
think
your
I
boy.
agree, dude. I don't know.
I mean, if Blackwell came in here and said, "T, I need you. We got to go."
I know I'm asking a couple questions.
I don't think
I mean,
so.
absolutely. I mean, what if the person doesn't deserve to be hurt? I don't know what he's mixed up in.
But it's your boy that needs it done.
Yeah, but it's still, you still don't even get one qualifying question. You just have to ride. You later figure out that you killed a school teacher.
You walk
because-
out and you say, "Fill me
because
in,
he had,
fill
like, a
me in
debt
with
to
what I
him or
need to
something."
know," and I mean like the details of what's having to go down.
So as you're loading up the van, you're getting more and more sketched out by the job you're about to do. You're like, wait, what? Just hold on. You're cocking the gun. Help me out a second. What happened? He used to bully you or something? And what's the problem? You're like, yeah, don't worry about it, man. Just come on.
I mean, boys, how do we
Just
feel
come
about
on.
this? If your
Wait,
boy
you
walks
lost
to
a
the
bet
door,
to him and you owe him money and he didn't actually do anything wrong, but what? Yeah, just trust me.
I'm
bro.
probably just jumping in the car, honestly.
There's like 1 or 2 people I feel that way about.
Yeah, but I'm probably jumping in the car.
yeah, I'd say I got like 3.
Okay.
If all your friends jumped off a bridge, would you? You know what?
How high is the bridge?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
What's
actually
at the
a good
bottom?
question.
What do
Yeah.
we get for jumping?
What
No,
do we
see,
get
okay,
for
okay,
jumping?
okay,
That
okay.
is the
Betty.
most Mario answer.
Okay, but time out.
Betty
What
question.
y'all,
we get for
but y'all both
jumping?
just proved my point because y'all didn't answer blind. You reacted with sensible, logical questions.
Fair.
So who are we going to attack? Why are we attacking him? Check these 2 boxes.
Yeah, but that's
for
not
me.
the same as jumping off a bridge.
Yeah, no,
No, I
like
know,
jumping
but
off
I'm
a
saying-
bridge could hurt me. If
No,
we're jumping some
you
dude,
are
like
jumping
yeah,
off a
that's
bridge
fine.
in the Town situation. They're asking you to take a jump of faith, a literal leap of faith.
Yeah, you're taking a leap of faith. You're not, that's going to mess
If I
somebody
go
up
to
because
jail,
they've wronged
I
your boy.
essentially jumped off a life bridge.
You
and
gotta be good enough not to get caught.
No, okay, no, guys. I want to be painfully clear. The same way I've stood up for vasectomy awareness, I want to stand up in this situation and say you are still a good friend if you simply just ask, who are we attacking and why are we attacking them? I can still be down. I can still be foxhole. I can still be a good friend. I just need 2 simple boxes checked. I'm just saying a blind answer is very problematic potentially.
This is why the Celtics lost first 3 games.
Yeah, I think they had T-Bob's mentality. That's exactly right.
This is why
They
got
hesitated.
He's like, hey, would you follow me? Would you follow the plan? Well, what's the plan? What are we going to run? Who's getting the ball? I don't know.
I guess it is. I mean, in terms of sports, it is like the old idea that a lot of coaches believe in, which is if we're going to be wrong, let's all be on the same page of being wrong,
Yes.
right? Like, we don't need multiple interpretations of the plan. If it's a bad plan, fine. If everybody sticks to the bad plan, it's going to have a better opportunity than a bunch of different plans.
You know, if I tell you, hey, we're going to run this play into this front, and you're like, God, the front doesn't look good. I don't really know. Can we run this play into that front? They got an edge set over there. It's not going to work. But if you say, out of hell with it, let's go run.
I agree. I think that maybe the difference there is that I do have an understanding of the situation. I'm not going blind, right? I know that we're trying to run power into a 9-man box with the safety cheated down, like in the box, clearly calling out power, directly ready to overwhelm us. But we're going to do it anyway. But I at least understand the dynamics at play. If Mario rolls up, like, okay, exactly. If Mario tells you, get in the car, I need you to hurt someone. Like, you're telling me you're not asking a single question.
Mario's a friend, a colleague. Mario's not one of my 3 people.
Okay.
I mean, Mario's history does not allow him to be one of the 3 people.
The one person that I would do it for would be my wife, probably. It would be the only person on the planet.
That's like a given.
Who would get a blind
every
pass.
person in this world, if their wife came in.
I mean, I guess, dude, what if your wife's manipulative and she's trying to get you to kill an ex-lover? Or like somebody she's cheating on you with or something. Like, I don't know.
For
like,
you and I, like,
we
we've been
situations.
with our wife since high school, so we don't have to worry about that.
No, I would get played. Like, to be clear, I'm fully trusting. My wife could be doing crazy stuff, and I would have no idea. Because whatever. But,
as Ryan points out in the Bayou Ford chat, ironic that T-Bob is standing up for vasectomy awareness while sitting down.
Look, we are feeling much better day by day.
What are we talking about? Like, what do you mean standing up for vasectomy awareness? Yeah, what do you mean?
I just feel like sometimes in this Catholicized region, there is a frowning down upon.
You feel like that?
I feel like there's a frowning
I feel like
upon.
the opposite.
Upon what do you call it?
Like when I tell someone, hey, how many kids you got? And I tell them how many children I have, like some of the things that people say back to me, I want to take this meat cleaver and just smoke them right in the face.
Yeah. Well, look, man, it's just saying that, it's an intense workload for sure. That's all people are saying.
Oh, no. I think nothing. It might be the biggest pet peeve that I have.
No, I know. Trust me, I've learned it. But yeah, no.
It's so good to share that with other people this weekend that share the same.
I was about to say, I'm sure you and Philip Rivers chopped it up about how much you hate people telling y'all that you have too many kids.
Can't stand it.
All right, look.
So hey, you know what though? The good thing about me, to each their own.
So what if Philip Rivers shows up? Hey, I got a job.
I'm out the door.
You're in the car.
I'm in the car.
Or what? He's probably like on the trustworthy scale though. Like, PR seems like a stand-up dude to where if he's asking me to kill someone, I'm like, okay, there's a good chance he deserves it, I suppose.
You know what? The most sketchy of the people in my group that if they came through that door and asked and I'd go, and it probably would end with me in prison, CD.
Yeah, 100%. You can't do that if Chris Dorian comes through that door and says that it could be any number of things that don't actually matter and that you don't actually need to do crimes on.
It could.
So there it is. Look, that's just a little life advice, boys. If someone asks
that's how every opening of every show we do should be. I really think so. Like, we got 2 hours and 45 minutes of sports coming.
And some people got to get hurt.
Probably not.
Just ask 2 qualifying questions. That's it. And you're still a good friend.
Just whose car are we taking?
You're still a good friend. That can be your third question. It could be like a genie. You get 3 wishes. Okay, coming up next, Ben McDonald.
Poll question of the day.
Reporting live from Hoover. Keep it locked. There is a poll question there. We'll find it.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Go to centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org, 925-8552. Sorry, boys, I don't have headphones on. 925-8552. Centralplumbing.org is your one-stop plumbing shop, man. They've been at it for 50 years now, okay? And so anytime you have a plumbing problem, I don't care if you got an old house, a lot of character, a new house, something goes wrong, it sucks, it shouldn't, but it happens sometimes. They've seen it all in those 5 decades. They can fix it all. You know that their customers are consistently satisfied with the flat rate pricing, the quality of the work, the warranty, the fact that everybody's licensed, bonded, and insured. It's not just residential, but commercial as well. The bottom line, plumbing's complicated, okay? Don't overthink it. Don't think twice. Make it easier on yourself. Just pick up the phone and dial 925-8552.
And you can call that number no matter what your job is. If you own a business, if it's just at your house, no matter what the problem is, they can come in, they can fix that problem. Also, check them out for renovations, centralplumbing.org.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
I drove myself to the ER, had heart surgery, and drove myself home 24 hours later, feeling fine. Starting running again after the procedure, I'm getting excited thinking about it. I had no pain, nothing. I felt great. And right then and there, I was like, oh my God, I'm back. I'm back. It's just amazing.
Ochsner Health. Long live you.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, anytime. Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Hey, it's Matt Musso. Join me Monday through Friday for your daily update on LSU baseball with Musso at the Box, presented by New Orleans Flooring. Wherever you get your podcast, Apple, Spotify, Google, and check out New Orleans Flooring. 2 locations, Metairie and Prairieville, or NOLAFlooring.com.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our...
Charles Hennigrove joined me and Jimmy out for our new show, Live at Lunch, starting 11 a.m. on Memorial Day.
Can't shake this guy. Live at lunch, 11 to 1.
We were all down at Margie's bar, telling stories if we had one. Someone fired the old jukebox up. The song it sure was a sad one. Teardrop rolled down Bubba's nose from the pain the song was inflicting. And all at once he jumped to his feet, just like somebody kicked him. Bubba shot the jukebox.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Mark Chestnut. Full of bangers.
Tell me that don't put you in a good mood, boss. You know what else puts you in a good mood? A second day in a row of all-day baseball at Hoover with your LSU Tigers, the official LSU Tiger pregame show this morning, basically, as we're running you right up to that 9:30 a.m. first pitch, and we are so lucky to be joined by the man, boots on the ground, calling all the games. He's in Baltimore 1 week, back in SEC country the next, the legend, Ben McDonald. Ben, what's up, man?
T-Bob, good to see you, man. Good to hear from you. I've been missing you guys, man. I ain't got a chance to visit with you in a minute or two. Been tied up doing some Oriole stuff, but hey, I'm down in SEC country now, so I'm looking forward to the day for sure.
And a great job on the calls yesterday, Ben. Some good games all around. Something that I know that we've talked about a lot with this LSU team is that, look, is the pitching struggling? Yes, but this is the time of year where you're just going to need someone to step up and do things they haven't done before. And you look at yesterday, Ben, and you saw that a couple of times, right? Yet I think it's Troy Wansey from Texas A&M. He goes 8 innings of scoreless one-hit baseball. He'd never done that in his career. I want to say Furtado from Alabama went 5 innings the first time in his collegiate career. So what stood out to you yesterday in terms of the premier performances?
I think it was the pitching. I mean, never in the history of the SEC tournament have we had 2 shutouts to begin the SEC tournament. Not only did we have 2, we had 3 consecutive shutouts. First 3 games were shutouts yesterday. You know, and so I think that stood out. And you mentioned Watson. Yeah, I mean, look, this is a guy came in with a 6 ERA. I'm talking about a 6 ERA, and yet he goes 1 hitter through 8 innings for Texas A&M as they knock off Tennessee. You know, and so you're right. I mean, look, this is the time of the year. If you're going to make a deep run, you're going to get to the NCAA tournament, you're going to try to make a push towards Omaha. You got to have some guys that kind of step up and take the next step forward for your club and perform a lot better than what they have throughout the year. That's really the only way you can make those kinds of runs.
Hey, Ben, what about the Auburn Tigers? I mean, the run that they've been on since that LSU series, they win that series, they sweep Ole Miss, they sweep Missouri, and then you see them come back and they win again last night, 10-4. I mean, this looks like a team that has figured it out. I'm not saying they're going to be Ole Miss from last year, but it looks a lot like that team. You get hot at the right time, you go into the postseason, firing on all cylinders, and this Auburn team now looks as dangerous as anyone.
Yeah, you know, I felt like Auburn, you know, like a lot of teams, including LSU, been bit by the injury bug early. They got some guys back, and look, they dropped 4 of their 5, you know, SEC series to begin the year, but then they've won 5 consecutive SEC series, and of course won the first game yesterday. So it's about getting hot. I mean, all we got to do is go back to last year and look at Ole Miss and the run that they made through all this thing. You know, they come here to Hoover and they're one and done, and people don't think they're going to get in, but yet they started to peak at the right time and they rolled through and won the national championship. And I'll also remind people, well, I love the SEC tournament. It is not a precursor to having success in the NCAA tournament. Our last 2 national champions, Ole Miss and Mississippi State, were a combined 0 for 3 in Hoover when they came here, you know, and yet they both went on to win the national championship, you know. So you just don't ever know. All these teams in the SEC, we've seen it from day one. I mean, they're all uber talented. They all are quite capable of making a run all the way to Omaha, no doubt about that.
Yeah, I mean, like in a super situation, you're not starting Thatcher Hurd like you're going to be today. Yeah, by the way, too, Auburn 13-3 since that halfway mark in the SEC. Pretty damn good for the Plainsmen over there. I want to talk about Thatcher Hurd, though, Ben, because that's another guy who has a 6, almost a 7 ERA even, but has been more good than not lately, and culminating in what wasn't a perfect performance, but a very gritty must-have performance when he went those 5 innings last Friday against Georgia. He's going to start the game this morning at 9:30. What's your read, Ben, on the kind of current form of Thatcher Hurd?
Well, I think we've always loved Thatcher Hurd and what he did at UCLA as a freshman last year when he came to LSU. Look, he was one of the most sought-after transfer portal guys out there. You know, it was Tommy Tanks and then maybe 1 or 2 more, maybe a Huna from Tennessee. But then after that, it was Thatcher Hurd. Everybody wanted him. And, you know, it's kind of been up and down. It's been a mixed bag for him. I am very encouraged by the way he threw the ball his last time out, went 5 innings against Georgia. You know, he gave up a couple of homers and blew the save or whatever. But, look, he hung in there after that. And so I thought it was a big growing area for him to kind of mature on the mound a little bit, to kind of settle the dust after giving up a couple of homers, and fought his way through it and looked really good. The stuff for me, look, it's as good as you're going to see. I mean, the fastball's 95 and above sometimes, a couple of good breaking balls. I just think he needs a good start today. If he gets off and stacks a 0 in the first inning today, he could be off and running for a while, you know. And so I think he's going to be a big part of LSU. We know when Skeens is on the mound, LSU can beat anybody, and most of the time they will, you know. And then Ty Floyd is kind of up and down, Thatcher Hurd, but LSU is going to need Thatcher Hurd, because I do think while he's starting today, I think he's going to be the back-end bullpen guy for LSU going forward when they hit the NCAA tournament.
Ben, we've been talking about a lot of pitchers for LSU, obviously, over the last couple of weeks, and Javen Coleman feels like maybe the most important of them all, because, like, you know what Skeens is going to give you. Like you just mentioned, you like where Ty Floyd is, but obviously the bullpen's been an issue, and who's going to start that third game. How much can you extend him? Like, we've seen it kind of build up every single week. I mean, if you get 4 innings, 5 innings, what do you think that final number will kind of look like for Coleman?
Well, obviously, he continues to build up from coming back from Tommy John surgery. And the good news for him, before he even stepped on the mound this year for LSU, he had started to already build up with some simulated games and some bullpens. And so I think as he moves forward, look, as long as he keeps getting guys out, I think he's going to be quite capable when we get to the NCAA tournament. He's going to be quite capable to give you 75, 80 pitches. I don't doubt that for a second. And typically when he's on his game, that's going to mean he's going to give you 5 or 6 innings. And if he can do that as your number 3 guy, I think that's all you can really ask for, you know. And who knows? I mean, he may be able to give you a little bit more than that depending on what's going on. I think the key for LSU is continuing to score runs, to take pressure off their pitchers to where every pitch doesn't mean the ball game. So this LSU offense is, you know, it's still been really good. It's one of the best in the country. It's spit and sputtered a little bit here as of late. Dylan Cruz, that's the guy that LSU really needs to get going. Because LSU, I mean, I think I went back and looked, and I believe Dylan Cruz is probably sitting there. I think he's probably about 9 for his last 42 is what I saw last, hitting 214, you know. And so he's the guy for me. And Dylan, look, Dylan's carried the load the whole year long, and he's been expanding the zone a little bit, you know, putting a little bit more pressure on himself. I just want to see him relax today, get off to a good start. Tommy White is Tommy White. I mean, he's Tommy Tanks, right? Leads the SEC in RBIs. He continues to have a wonderful year. But I think it's going to take some others in that lineup for LSU, you know, like Trey Morgan to have a big postseason. You know, maybe Jarrett Jones to have a big postseason. Maybe Beloso to do some special things too. And so, look, it's in the tank for LSU. We know that. That offense is really, really good. The key is going to be the defense again. We started off so good on defense this year. We've kind of got back to the middle of the pack. We've kind of beaten ourselves a couple of games on defense. I think they got to clean the defense up, and the pitching, of course, has to be a little bit more consistent for LSU.
Yeah, and Ben, I want to ask you kind of a mentality question. Like, I agree with you. Ultimately, the bats have been your greatest strength. They're going to have to be great if you want to accomplish big things. But what's weird to me has been the insecurity that I've seen develop over the last couple of weeks, Ben, where all of a sudden you feel kind of like an underdog or something entering the SEC tournament, right? You went from being the number 1 team in the country all year long, hadn't lost an SEC series. So now you're kind of viewed as the 3rd best team in the conference. You're viewed as being very risky, right? Like you have a literal Achilles heel. And I guess my question to you is, it's odd because then you look up and you have the SEC Player of the Year, you have the SEC Pitcher of the Year. You've got 3 players on the Golden Spike semifinalist list. Like, you and Wake Forest are the only teams to say that. I guess, can LSU re-find that kind of bully, alpha dog mentality, even with the sort of glaring weaknesses that they have? Or is it impossible to carry yourselves in that way when you know the bullpen is as sketchy as it has been?
No, there's no doubt when you lose a couple series, and LSU did, you start to lose a little bit of confidence. You know, you start to question. That's only normal for kids that are 18 to 22 years old to do that. But if you look back, LSU's been ranked number 1, and they're not obviously right now, but they've ranked number 1 longer than any other team in baseball this year. They still believe there's pieces there. You know, I give Jay Johnson a lot of credit, even through some tough times and a ton of injuries that LSU has had this year. He has kind of righted the ship in a lot of ways and kept the focus on where it needs to be. And I really think while Jay Johnson would like to do well here in the SEC tournament, obviously he would never say it, but I think his focus is on the regionals and the super regionals and the College World Series. That's where he is right now. And we all want to win. Like, you want to win the SEC tournament, but win or lose today, I expect Paul Skeens to come out tomorrow. I expect him to be on the bump tomorrow. I don't think he's going to go his typical 115 pitches, T-Bob. I think he's going to be a guy that maybe runs out there for 70 pitches. You keep him sharp. You might even see Ty Floyd right after him get his feet wet. You win the game tomorrow, win or lose. And then you run some dudes out there, you give some guys some work, and I think the focus is going to be on the NCAA tournament. Now, that's not saying that Jay Johnson doesn't want to win this thing. He clearly wants to win it, but I don't think it's his primary focus because I'm a big believer here at the SEC tournament, man. If you go all the way to Sunday, I'm telling you, your pitchers are already on fumes. They're already on fumes, and your team is on fumes. It's a quick turnaround to get ready for a regional. For me, if I'm the head coach, I'm thinking 3 games. Like I would love to win one, lose 2, go home, hit the reset button, right? Hit the reset button and get ready to go. And I'll just take you back to Mississippi State and Ole Miss. That's what those two clubs. Look, Mississippi State got 10-run ruled here twice. They got outscored 27-3 2 years ago. I mean, they got absolutely boat raced out here, and everybody's going, all right, State's done. And yet they make the run to win the World Series. Ole Miss comes here, and they're one and done, and they win the World Series last year, too. So I think there's a big value in some rest along the way. That's what the kids aren't going to play. They're going to go out and play as hard as they can to try to win this thing. But at the end of the day, I'm thinking like LSU, you win 1, you lose 2, you go to the house, man, hit the reset button and be ready to go for regional.
Excellent insight as always from our guy Ben McDowell. Ben, real quick, is LSU already a national seed, do you think, right now? Like, do they need to win one?
No, they're in.
Okay.
They're in.
All right, cool.
They're a national seed. We're going to have regionals in Baton Rouge. We're going to have super regionals. I think their body of work this year and what they've been the best road team. You know, you go and you win 7 of your 9. They go 7-2 in one of those 10 SEC weekends.
Yeah.
I think LSU is 100%. I think there's 4 teams, no matter what they do here in Florida, LSU, and Arkansas that are going to definitely be top 8 national.
There you go, Ben McDonald. Ben, what games they got you calling today?
I got the first 2, man. I got LSU right out of the chute, so I'm over here getting fired up right now. And so, man, we're going to get – look, I'm looking forward to this. This is kind of the game 3 of that series when South Carolina was playing so good, and we got rained out or whatever. So this is kind of for bragging rights right here. So this is going to be a fun game.
Hell yeah, man. Rubber match. South Carolina has the advantage on the mound. LSU at the plate. We'll see who reigns supreme. Ben, thank you so much, man.
Anytime, guys. Take care.
Thanks, Ben.
Ben, so yeah, Ben's having a hell of a year, man. Think about it. He's been calling all these LSU games. They've been number 1 in the country all year. The freaking Orioles are 31-17. Now chasing the Rays, I guess, like everybody is. But, yeah, man, good year to be Ben McDonald. Catch him on the call for the first 2 games once again today.
You know, that mindset for the SEC tournament is kind of like the mindset Kim Mulkey had for the SEC basketball tournament. She's like, I want to win 1.
Yeah.
Just because we didn't a year ago. I want to win 1. I want to win more than we won. But she was not like, hey, we got to go make a run. We got to go win this deal. And, of course, you're playing hard. You're coaching hard. You're doing things to win. But, like Ben said, it's not the worst thing because you've already built your resume.
Yeah.
Your resume is what it is. And so, yes, you'd like to get a victory here, and you're trying to do everything you can as far as, the hustle portion of it. But, like, the mentality in the back of your mind also kind of knows what you have coming up.
Yeah, and I think you mentioned getting guys work, right? A really good opportunity to put Thatcher Hurd in this situation and put some of these other arms in trying situations, and hopefully they come through and they get a little confidence going forward into regional and super regional weekend in which you can get extended and you can have to rely on guys you've not had to yet this year. All right, when we get back, let's okay, now we can kind of maybe get into what happened yesterday a bit, maybe some more thoughts on the town as well. But keep it locked right here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. Go see Miss Lisa Sessions in the rental department if you need some even on cheaper per-day rentals in traditional rental companies. Maybe you're going on vacation with the family. Maybe you're exploring, want to get like a Sienna, Tundra, something like that, and you want to test it out first. Look, you can go do that over there at All-Star Toyota. And once you do buy from All-Star and you join the All-Star family, you're going to see why they call it the All-Star family. It's because the service that you get, the way in which you get taken care of when you're getting your car actually serviced, or if you have any questions ever, it's second to none. Go see them off of Airline Highway today or go to All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
All right, so I mentioned when I was driving into school, from work, no school traffic because summer vacations are probably starting coming up here, maybe this weekend even, right? You got a holiday weekend coming up. So go ahead, rent that Toyota today, and it doesn't matter what you need. If you want something bigger, if you need something more spacious, even smaller sedan, they've got you covered. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $20,000 off new 22 Ram 1500 SCA trucks and incredible deals on all remaining 2022 inventory, all with Bayou's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's that time again. It's heating up. Your boat's getting ready to come out and spend all summer on the water. It's time to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service, where if you want an incredible custom speaker install, it's going to blow people away in the water, that's there for you. You want an HD sonar where you can see the fish under the water before you cast, beat all your friends, that's there for you at front-to-back boat service. So don't put it off. We got the parts in right now. Get them now before they go back on back order. Front-to-back boat service.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Hello, Samantha, dear, I hope you're feeling fine. And it won't be long until I'm with you all the time. But until then, I spend my money up right down on my last dime. Come home, live Baton Rouge. I'm ready, what you put me on through. Gotta send my love down the
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is
Charles Hannegriff, join us for the Wednesday edition of Hanny Time. We'll be companioning along with LSU in South Carolina. Scott Rabelais from The Advocate joins us, and we do first class, second class, no class. Hanny Time, noon weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Damn, I've not heard this song in a while.
Great tune.
I'll make it rain in Hoover, or hopefully not.
Oh, God, don't make it rain.
Yeah, don't make it rain.
Oh, yeah, maybe bad timing, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, it fits. If the shoe fits, I mean, can we just go like to Walmart, buy a bunch of tarps, and just hang them from foul pole to foul pole?
By the way, I know that. I mean, that's basically what they did yesterday, right? Because they I feel like the games weren't too delayed. I know, I think it was of the 8th inning they had a bit of a delay in the A&M game. And,
they did in the 9th, yeah, I think.
But Weinstein had already turned in his 8 innings of one-hit baseball.
But it's like Hoover does a fantastic job. If you've never been, you need to go. So I don't want to take it away from him, but my God. And there's a lot of places in the South that it rains this time of year.
Yeah, I mean, it just is what it is, right?
I know, but it's like, my gosh, every single year. And like going back to what we talked about last segment, like there's some teams that are not rushing to get home, but as much rest as you possibly can get, and it's just like extended rain, fog, whatever.
Yeah, it's a weird mixture of teams who don't really need it and teams who do. Like Texas A&M needed that win yesterday to probably secure for sure an at-large bid to the SEC, or excuse me, to the NCAA tournament. As that gives them 15 SEC wins on the year, right? And as they said, Troy Weinstein is somebody who put together the best, something he'd never done in college baseball before. I think the deepest he had ever gone, Jake, was 6 innings, which he'd done one time. He was averaging walking 6 batters per 9 innings pitch, and he went 8 innings of one-hit baseball against Tennessee to beat them 3-0, eliminate the Vols, who looked like one of the hottest teams that could maybe make noise in Hoover, and secure that they will go to the tournament. Alabama, who maybe is on the edge of hosting a regional, got a big win.
Yeah, it's big for between them and Kentucky, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they were kind of right there on the edge. Kentucky, because of their RPI, had a shot even though they were ranked 25th in the country. But Alabama was right there on the edge.
And so they win 4-0. And again, what's the theme here? Hunter Furtado did something he'd never done in his collegiate career on the mound, giving Alabama 5 scoreless innings. And if you remember Andrew Pinckney from the LSU series where he was like impossible to get out, how's this for a game, Jake? He gunned a runner out at home early on in his spectacular defensive play to keep the game at 0-0. Then he hit the 2-run homer for the 2-0 lead in the 6th. Then he makes a spectacular diving catch in the 7th. Then he doubles to make it 3-0 in the 8th and scores to make it 4-0. So Pinckney doing it all. Alabama now 39-17. They'll play Florida today. Chance to get to 40 wins. I mentioned A&M beating Tennessee. They're going to face off against Arkansas. And then, of course, you had Auburn smoke Mizzou 13-3. They win 10-4. And they'll take on Vandy in the nightcap. You're going to start, though, with LSU and South Carolina. Look, if you just look at the South Carolina team, real quick, they're obviously better than you on the mound, just top to bottom. I know they dealt with some injuries here recently, but even look at today, their guy Eli Jones, a 3.88 ERA. You're throwing Thatcher Hurd with a 6.59, and strikeout numbers are similar. Thatcher Hurd has double the amount of walks as Eli Jones does. So
you did have success against Eli Jones in that series, though.
I don't actually.
He pitched
remember.
in both games. He pitched an inning in both. Gave up in one outing 2 hits and 2 earned runs, and then the other he gave a hit and an earned run in an inning. So he didn't have a clean inning against you in 2 innings pitched. He gave up 3 hits, 3 earned.
Yeah, and look, again, you don't go all in on Hoover, but you would like to win a game. And like the same guys you just talked about, and Weinstein and Furtado, like, can Thatcher Hurd do something he hasn't done before? Blake Money, like, who is going to be the guy that's going to step up on the mound and make you feel better and give you maybe a chance to go on a little run? And then the bats, man. Let's just get, because let's remember who you are, because right now LSU is number 1 in the SEC in batting average, slugging percentage, on base percentage, runs, hits, RBI, home runs, total bases, hit by pitches, sac flies, plate appearances. They are number 1 in every one of those categories. Go play like it. Be the freaking bully. Win the rubber match. Beat South Carolina, and then after that, the rest is kind of lanyap for the rest.
It's going to take a couple of different guys to have that bully mentality.
Yeah.
Because, look, you could be the best player in the world, and maybe that's just not you.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But you have to have somebody that has that bully mentality. It's got to be Tommy White, right? You got to have that bully mentality. It's got to be guys like Hayden Travinski, who's shown that, right? He's shown that he'll stand up, he'll drop his bat, he'll watch it, leave the ballpark. He's okay with stuff like that. Like, even stuff like that, this team, I'd like to see them continue, like, get back to that.
Yes.
Because when they play with that confidence, they're obviously, because they were most of the season, as good as anyone in the country. So,
I think
yeah,
so
I'm
much
with
of
you.
it is Dylan Cruz just refining himself. And it's not, again.
Yeah, because his can be through his play and not just, maybe even some actions.
Yeah. And it's not to say, again, Cruz for mere mortals has still been great. He still finds his way to base every game. plenty of great players at 200 for some portion of the season, right? But obviously his expectation is higher. And if he can get back, because remember, there were times this year where Dylan Cruz and Tommy White felt impossible to face down. That invulnerability, it's been taken away a bit. You've kind of seen by the air of invulnerability has been shattered a bit. But that's not to say that it can't be immediately reforged with a couple of big combinations from those two and a couple of big situations. So that is actually one thing that Hoover could be great for, Jake. You don't really care about winning it, but if you just want Dylan Cruz to have like a really big tournament, kind of get back, get some of that intimidation factor back, like the same way that I just want to work some of these arms of the bullpen, like this is the perfect opportunity to do so in a relative low-stakes environment before he hit, regional and supers where it's going to be literally everything on the line.
Yeah, there's a couple of things that I'm intrigued by, and that's certainly going to be one of them, seeing if he can get back. But also, like, the bullpen arms, that's the obvious. But, like, what about some of the players in the lineup? Like, Bear Jones, like, okay, he's been struggling.
Yeah.
And it's hard to find him at bats because of what Hayden Travinski's doing, because you're finding a spot for
He is
sure.
not struggling.
you're for sure finding a spot for him. We've seen him at first. We've certainly seen him at catcher. We've seen him at DH. And so that's going to take at bats away from Jones. And same thing, like Kay Beloso, he's hitting too well, controlling the bat to take him out of the lineup. You like Milazzo behind the plate. So, like, it's been a combination of those three players. Bear Jones, who is, look, as a freshman, been outstanding. We all hit the freshman wall. Every single one of us hits it. You're going to get another opportunity, though.
Yeah.
Like, what can you do with that opportunity? Do you give him a start in a situation like this to try to get him some confidence? Do you hold him back for a pinch hit role knowing he can't leave the ballpark? So, like, that kind of storyline would be interesting to me, how you kind of handle that position as well.
Yeah, there's a lot to watch this week, even if you don't care too much about winning it all. So I can't wait. Going to start at 9:30. Hell of a way to kill a morning, dude. Are you kidding me? A little LSU baseball? Let's go, dude. All right, when we get back, let's go ahead and close out hour number 1 of OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Bayou Ford has $15,000 off plus 0.9% APR for 60 months on all new 22 Ford F-150 SCA trucks and incredible deals on all remaining 2022 inventory, all with Bayou's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Turn my music high, 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 yeah. You don't know what you're doing. Sure I do. I'm from the streets where the hood swallow on me. Bullets will follow on me. There's so much that you can run the slalom. The cops comb this top to bottom. They say that we are prone to violence, but it's home sweet home. With personalities clashing, chrome meets chrome. Prices up and down like it's Wall Street.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh,
That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's that time again. It's heating up. Your boat's getting ready to come out and spend all summer on the water. It's time to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service, where if you want an incredible custom speaker install, it's going to blow people away in the water, that's there for you. You want an HD sonar where you can see the fish under the water before you cast, beat all your friends, that's there for you at front-to-back boat service. So don't put it off. We got the parts in right now. Get them now before they go back on back order. Front-to-back boat service.
Hey, it's Hunt. Join me for a Wednesday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show. We're chatting with Chris Demouy, and we're probably going to be a de facto post-game show. The rain stays away in Hoover. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Probably a few $100K at least. He was making like $5 million a year, I remember at one point. A lot of Jersey Shore talk during the break. Aaron Rodgers had some funny quotes about how he just thought of all of, I guess, New York or New Jersey like Jersey Shore, and that he's been disabused of that notion. Apparently, he tried to do a Jersey Shore reference. C.J. Uzomah didn't get it because, of course, he didn't. Why would he? Aaron Rodgers is old. Jersey Shore is very old. But one thing that the boys, and we used to get together in college. We used to all get wine. We drink it. But we were talking to the break, and one thing that I do feel passionately about is that while it was kind of clowned at the time, Gym Tan Laundry is actually, the GTL lifestyle is actually a very, I would say, positive kind of guiding philosophy. As when we explore it, Gym Tan Laundry, what does it put at the fore? It puts mental and physical health. Mm-hmm. It puts promoting self-confidence, right? You invest in yourself so that you can feel like your best self, so you can approach situations confidently, so that you can be better than others. Because when we lash out is when we don't believe in ourselves. Literally everything about GTL is fine-tuned to get you to be as confident as you can possibly be. Are there some physical things that would change? Sure. I would maybe take, the tanning portion out of there because I don't know about the kind of skincare effects of doing a tanning bed daily. But the philosophy,
leave the tan in there, just do it outside.
The philosophy, okay, even then, I feel you, like, I like the sun too, but I don't know, like, well, whatever. I'm not getting another sunscreen debate. The point is, regardless if we agree on the health risks of the sun, we can agree that, again, philosophically, Gym Tan Laundry is rock solid.
No, I do agree with you. I mean, it spells it out for you literally. So I'm with you. I think it has pillars.
Yeah.
To it. I'm just sitting here looking as we're having the sun conversation. You would never guess that I'm the Irish one here on the set.
No. Also, this lighting when I sit down this lighting's bad. It's like way more direct than your lighting is on you. Like I am blown out. Like look, like I can't even glance up. Like I just glance up and now I can't see anything. I have spots all in front of my eyes. That light is a little like off center compared to you a little bit. Come over here. Over here. Just put your head right where mine is, right here. See, look, way more blown out. See?
No, put yours back over here.
Yeah. No. I mean, I'm paler than you, no doubt. I'm not saying that, even though I'm going through a little bit of a tan boy phase. A lot of tennis outside, a lot of pool. Not these last few days, but no. The biggest difference in here is the how harsh my side of the lighting is. So yeah, look, Gin Tam Laundry. Okay. Ava Marzawani says, "What's the philosophy on DTF?" That's just a philosophy of saying yes. It's something that a lot of literal movies have been made on. I think just a blanket yes policy is a bit risky. As I said earlier, if you're asking me to get in the car, I want a couple qualifying questions before we go do the job. But being down to fun just means that you're like in. Let's see what this grand adventure called life can bring us, because we're saying yes because we feel confident, because we put in the work to feel like our best selves.
Down to fun. I actually like that.
Down to fun, dude.
Yeah,
I've always been DTF.
Always been down to fun.
100%.
You don't like a good time.
DTF last off.
Champ says, I thought knocking down meatballs was for the self-confidence. Look, if that's where you find value, sure, right? For others, that's not going to be the case. But the point is, a confident you is a better you, no matter what. Okay, so find it how you can, unless it's through crimes. Then find your self-confidence elsewhere.
Snooki's husband was part of the data leak for Ashley Madison a few years ago. Y'all remember that? It was a huge deal.
Wait a minute. Somebody married Snooki?
Yes.
Okay, Taylor.
Imagine.
First off. Are
and was
you
unfaithful.
insane? Do you recognize how successful Snooki is? She has built an empire. You don't think somebody would be willing to marry her? And granted, does she have a bit of a wild look? Absolutely. But she's not bad looking or awful looking. I think that's wild. She built an empire, dude.
I realize that.
You would marry Snooki.
I would not.
Lies.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
I got you, Snooks. I would. 1,000%, babe. Go to RejuveMedical.com. Hey, you know what we're going to do next hour? We're still going to do some LSU football and Brian Kelly talk. We're going to kick off next hour, Jake, talking about how rejuvenated Derek Carr feels, okay? You want to feel like Derek Carr did after day one of OTAs, you want to go to Rejuve Medical. You got locations right here in Baton Rouge, Slidell, Metairie, now Shreveport as well. You go in there, get that free consultation, get your labs drawn, see what Rejuve Me can offer you, what help your body needs, and then make it a reality. Feel younger, better, stronger. Get that energy and confidence back. Rejuve Me Medical.
225-263-4804 here in Baton Rouge. Like T-Bob said, multiple locations, up to 4 locations now across Louisiana. So go check those out at RejuveMeMedical.com. You can contact them right there on the website. Find a full list of conditions they can treat for you. Go in today. Again, RejuveMeMedical.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The world's leaders in obesity research, obesity medicine, and obesity science are right here.
We're doing something that no one's ever done, or trying to answer a question that no one's ever asked before.
Pennington is a real jewel when it comes to research.
We are finding the solutions to the world's worst chronic disease, which is obesity. Louisiana needs Pennington Biomedical.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's that time again. It's heating up. Your boat's getting ready to come out and spend all summer on the water. It's time to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service.
Good morning, everybody. It is 8 a.m. on Wednesday, May 24th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect sunny skies with a high of 87. Coming up on OTB, we talk Saints, and we have a new edition of Would You Rather Wednesday. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Welcome back. What's happening, y'all? Hour number 2 of OTB. Put some respect on Snooki's name. Snooki's only 4'7" to 4'8". How about that?
Short queen.
Short queen. Built an empire. Shout out Gianni, her husband, who was on the show at the end, 5'5". Perfect height. Hell yeah, man. Find yourself a short queen.
Stay faithful.
Stay faithful. By the way, we were talking about Joe Mazzulla watching The Town 4 times a week and the whole idea of, okay, whose car are we taking when somebody asks you, hey, we got to do a job, people are going to get hurt, can't ask any questions, but I need your help. I was saying I would like 2 questions. I don't think that precludes me from the Foxhole. I think it's ridiculous. Jake, you had some SWAT team members text you and say that they are, that every one of them to a man said, whose car are we taking? No questions asked?
Yeah, so my best friend is a member of that down in South Louisiana. He's actually one of the 3 that if he came in here, I'm out the door. And yeah, the whole SWAT team said, whose car are we taking?
Yeah, okay, good. They're the SWAT team. That's their literal job.
Just saying.
And hopefully the people that deploy the SWAT team have already gotten the contextual clues needed to, assure that they're going to the right situation with no questions asked. I still don't think it's,
I feel like I get this from my father. If my father was sitting in that chair and somebody came in, I know my old man. He's out.
I know. I'm saying I feel as if y'all are, I don't know that's sound advice. That's all I'm saying. I don't know that's sound.
Let's think about life,
advice.
though. There's a lot of things that all of us do that is not sound. It would just be adding to the collection.
I guess that's, that's fair. That's fair. But the stakes are a little higher in the let's go kill someone kind of.
If you go and you leave here and you go to Burger King every day, you're killing someone. It's yourself. It's just slowly.
I was like, okay, yeah, I suppose so. I feel like that, man. I feel like after not working out for like 4 days in a row, I just can't really do anything.
I can't. Yeah, I bet you are struggling right now because you got in a good groove.
Not in a good mental headspace. Yeah, I've been in a good groove for like a couple of years now.
I know.
I'm down
even
bad
sitting,
in a couple ways.
This is our third day to sit down.
Yeah, it feels weird.
I feel like a piece of crap.
Yeah, no, I know. I don't love it. I do love.
But you know what? You do it for the fellas.
That's
just
true.
like you'd leave when the fellas come in and ask you to leave to go help them.
Yeah, after and on the way, I would simply say, "Who are we killing? What is it?"
But it's not always killing. You keep going to killing.
But it's implied.
It can be
though.
intimidation.
It's implied. Hey, we gotta go do something messed up.
But you're in the car, and then they tell you, and then you're like, "Oh no, I gotta go back."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think I'm getting in the car until I have like on the walk to the car. I'm getting a couple questions in real quick, and we'll see.
Man, I want you to be a foxhole guy so bad, T.
See,
bad.
But see, and this is what I'm fighting against is guys like Fonzarelli and everybody else in the chat who hears you and their dumb male caveman brains are like, yeah, dude, that's how it's supposed to be, dude.
I don't think it's
hell
that.
Yeah, roll with the boys, dude.
It is some of that.
Like it's okay to roll with the boys, but to ask boys, a real boy is cool with a couple
I have been
questions
known to be
being
loyal
asked.
to a fault.
Yeah,
I have been loyal to a fault many times in my life.
Yeah. Look,
but if that's the worst thing I'm going to be, I'm okay with it.
Okay, as long as it doesn't land you in jail for committing armed robbery, sure. But that's kind of the premise of this entire conversation.
No, they just, in the town, because they were messing with this girl.
Yeah, they had like some legitimate reason. I can't remember exactly what it was. Whatever. Shout out Joe Mazzulla, though, as he is about to crash all of Mario's dreams and beat the Miami Heat. It does have that feel. I mean, honestly, it feels like the Heat have been kind of a paper tower, a bit of a house of cards waiting to crumble, and I feel like you saw it begin last night.
What's your futures? No, don't give me like the amount of money, just the odds that you got it at.
15-1.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
There we go.
If they blow this, Mario's trip to Miami will be miserable.
It's going to be an ever-increasing descent into madness.
Every time he sees like a Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler jersey, he's just going to swing on that person and not even ask a question.
Yes, like Wake Forest a few years ago, but on steroids.
Oh my gosh, that Wake Forest game.
Yeah, I mean it's never happened in history.
$500 a piece.
Yeah, that was rough.
That was bad.
Right when sports betting got legalized, we all thought that we had it. I thought
that was a foxhole move for T-Bob.
It was
big foxhole move.
It really was.
He got a free bet. He was the first person to place a bet. I forget what sports book it was, but he placed the bet. And we had a 2-team parlay. We all were group texting, which we should do more of. And we're like, okay, what do we want to go with? We went with Ole Miss beating Liberty.
Yes.
And then Wake Forest beating North Carolina.
Yes.
And Wake Forest was up, what?
17 in the third quarter.
Oh, my God.
I mean, look, boys, you say that was a foxhole movie like you surprised. Again, this is what I'm fighting for.
I was surprised. I am a
foxhole guy. I've been a foxhole guy my entire life. My point is we can become a bit more of a thinking man's foxhole guy. You don't have to do blanket crime. Just because you're like, how much of society's problems would be solved if we just didn't do blanket crime because our boys asked us to? Just a little discernment is all I'm looking for, okay? And then I'm sure if Jeremy Renner had explained to Ben Affleck what was going on, he'd have been like, okay, I understand the situation. If Ben Affleck had explained to Jeremy Renner what was going on, he'd be like, okay, I understand the situation. It's all good.
Yeah.
For sure. If anybody knows how to build a house in Skyrim, get in the youtube.com/1045ESPN chat and let Hold the Man know. Speaking of video games, getting really excited for the Cageonomics Call of Duty stream coming up. Cannot wait. We're getting solo wins today, boys. I'll see you all over there in a bit. Do we want to talk? Well, I want to we'll get into this Brian Kelly piece later. How about this, boys? I said it this morning. I am feeling good about the New Orleans Saints after OTA's day number 1. Look, I got some excellent B-roll there's a lot of great coverage on Nick Underhill's Twitter, Mike Triplett, New Orleans on football. They got good pictures. Taylor, I got some B-roll if you want to play here at the top of this, but also give me that picture of Derek Carr because I know that you picked up a couple of guns over the weekend, Taylor. I had no idea you went to Derek Carr's house. Look at that, boys. Welcome to the gun show. If you're listening on radio, Derek Carr's arms, sun's out, guns out, sleeves are rolled up, eyeshadow on. My guy looks as locked in as he ever has. And then he's talking yesterday, and he says he feels rejuvenated, Jake. He says, I've honestly just enjoyed my team, just getting to be me again. And I think being in this building, it's rejuvenated me. It's been a breath of fresh air. You know, I never wanted to leave Las Vegas, never wanted to, but life had different circumstances. What's funny to me about that quote, how bad does Josh McDaniels suck? Because Derek Carr loved the Raiders. He never actually wanted to be the Raiders. And now he's talking about, I've honestly just enjoyed getting to be me again, and how rejuvenated he feels after just one day spent outside of Josh McDaniels' tenure at the Raiders. And you know he didn't feel this way about the Raiders 2 years ago with Rich Bisaccia.
Oh, gosh, no. I mean, Rich Bisaccia should be the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. There's no doubt in my mind that they would be a better franchise because of it. But the Raiders are the Raiders. And it would take somebody like Rich to change my opinion of that. But, that organization and their Lloyd Christmas of a haircut owner and just everything that they do there, I don't like it. Y'all have heard me say it before. It doesn't matter what city they're in. They're still the Raiders. And so I could actually get behind this. I know it seems and sounds like all-season fluff. But, I've changed franchises before.
Yeah.
And I felt like, man, am I done? Is this how it's going to end? And you're down. You're like, wait a minute, man, I thought I played my best ball last year. And then you get replaced. You're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And then you go somewhere else and you're like, oh, y'all want me? Y'all value me? And you kind of sit up a little bit and you get a little excitement going, and it can change. How long that lasts, I don't know. For me, it was like a year and a half. And after that, I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm going to retire. But you just don't know how long that's going to last. And New Orleans is a hell of a city, hell of a franchise as far as making you feel wanted.
Yeah.
And the family atmosphere of it, which obviously is very important to Derek Carr. So for all of those reasons, it might sound like an all-season story that we're just throwing out there, but I can get behind that. There is something to that. And then, you get benched and replaced for, Jarrett Stidham a year ago?
Yeah.
And then now,
Josh McDaniels, you're a joke, dude.
you have someone who's coached you before, wanted you back again in Dennis Allen. They truly value you. Right, wrong, or different, if it works out or not. They go get you. They pay you money. And then now it's like, hey, this is your franchise. You want Foster Moreau in here? Yeah, let's go get him.
Yeah. Sure.
Hey, Hunter Renfrow might be available. If that's a conversation, if they go get him, that shows you what they think of Derek Carr in that building, that they'd go make a move like that. When I went to Denver, I've told the story 1,000 times, I got signed because of Peyton Manning. Brandon Stokely was probably there because of Peyton Manning. Jacob Tamme was probably there because of Peyton Manning, because they hey, what do you need? What do you need here? And we'll make it happen. And that can go a long way. Now, you can't give him full ownership, obviously, but he has a belief now that his franchise is fully behind him, which is that position. It goes a very long way, where in Las Vegas, it feels like he didn't feel that at all last year. And that, McDaniels comes in and you're not his guy, you're not his quarterback, and how much did that affect his play?
Yeah, and so obviously got very bad at the end. And so, there is a human thing where if any of us, Jake, were to get lured to a new job, and when somebody literally wooed us away, you want to reward them. It's a new environment. It's way more positive environment. It's a place that's been much more stable and used to winning than has the Raiders franchise that you've only known. That's the other part about this. Derek Carr's only known one thing in his adult professional career. And as someone who has only known a couple of things, right, the new thing is always a bit exciting, just kind of inherently. And especially it has to feel good when you go from a franchise like the Raiders that has been so incompetent, so up and down, literal franchise moving cities, to someone who, as weird as this may sound, has been one of the pictures of stability across the NFL over the past 2 decades, and that are the New Orleans Saints. So, you and Flynn are always joking about what a complete kind of clown show an entire franchise is. So just on a competence level, it has to feel better to be a part of what's going on over there on Airline Highway.
Without question. It can change. You assume all 32 are the same, and it's just not the case.
Yeah.
Right? And, I was with the Saints for a camp, and I felt the love that you get when you walk in that building, and just everything in that locker room, just being there a short period of time, you can tell different locker rooms. And in my opinion, it is what it is. I'm a Raider hater. I just don't think there's a great culture there.
Yeah.
Now, again, I think Bisaccia could have gotten that, but they didn't allow that because they're the Raiders, and they wanted to go hire a guy who had failed in the same division, who they beat up on when he was in the West. Neither here nor there. The Saints aren't that franchise. Like when you look at that poll, whoever did that poll and they were, hey, give us a rating of this, that, and the other. I mean, the Saints finished pretty high.
Yeah, true.
Certainly for the people in that building. Like there was some facility, maybe things that didn't grade as high, whatever, but people in that building, they graded it extremely high. And so every franchise is going to be different. And that was one of the things this weekend. You're sitting there, you're talking with a bunch of your old teammates who you've all been a couple of different places, and you kind of talk it out, and you're like, man, wait, they do that there?
Yeah.
Like in a good and a bad way. And you hear Flynn talk about Green Bay all the time and how much he loved it compared to some of the other places that he was, because not everybody does it the same. Some places help you, set you up for success. They're going to help guide you there, give you everything that you possibly need there. And from my experience, from talking to others, the Saints, that's an organization that's going to do that.
And, Jake, I've saved the best for last. Derek Carr went 8 of 8 in competitive situations yesterday, boys. Perfect 100% completion percentage. Let's freaking ride, dude. And I know we've pointed out before, but Derek Carr, Pete Carmichael, okay, a match made in heaven. Here's what Derek Carr had to say about Pete Carmichael. Quote, you talk to Pete Carmichael for 5 minutes and you fall in love with that guy. Here's what Pete Carmichael had to say on Derek Carr. Quote, I don't know what time the dinner started, but I didn't get home till late. It could have gone on forever. I just think for us from the beginning, it was a real comfortable walking away from that thinking, I think this guy is a great fit for us. How about it, Jake? These two sound like a match made in heaven. They're both in this weird sort of need to prove themselves outside of their previous relationship sort of time. Like they're both on the rebound and they come to each other at a time where they can help each other immensely in putting a great public face on for this rebound. Love seeing this. Actually do love seeing him talk about his kind of process, working with Olave, working with Juwan Johnson. Probably the play of the day yesterday was a leaping catch that Olave had over Marcus May. And I really love where after practice, Derek Carr is like, yeah, I was off balance. That was one of those things where we're in practice. I just wanted to see like what would happen. I'm just going to throw it up, kind of an ill-advised throw, risky throw. Will he make me right? How do you establish trust? And sure enough, Chris Olave goes up and comes down with the big catch.
Well, I mean, look, he's a first-round pick. This is your new quarterback that you gave a lot of money to. They've got to be on the same page. That chemistry has to be at a very elite level. So when you look at some of the situations out there for the Saints and things that they're working on, obviously it's been written already a bunch of times yesterday. It'll be written again today. Like, contested catches for Chris Olave is something that he's been trying to work on. Yeah. So why not in a situation like that, throw it up there, let him go and get it? Because Chris Olave, because of Mike Thomas and the uncertainty there, he is going to be your biggest weapon on offense.
Yeah.
Because you don't know about the AK situation.
True.
Okay. You've got good players in other places, but he's got to be the star.
So 8 of 8 in competitive situations, and here's my other big OTA day one takeaways. Jamal Williams had a anime mask on, which when combined with the goofy helmet cover was just an all-time funny look. Foster Moreau was in full participation. How about that? Jameis looked healthy, best backup in the entire league. Some notes from Underhill's Breakdown New Orleans on football. Kalen Saunders and Nathan Shepard were starting to D-tackle. Malcolm Roach kind of rotating, just a little housekeeping there. And Juwan Johnson was actually Carr's favorite target on day one. What you think about the potential of Johnson and what Carr did with Waller back in Vegas. And here, how about it, boys? You know what else I noticed today? Where's the Super Bowl?
Miami.
Nope.
Not New Orleans.
No.
That's next year, right?
Las Vegas. Okay, how about that? This used car is going home. Day one, massive success, 12-5 regular season in the Super Bowl, guaranteed. Derek Carr and this New Orleans Saints team as Derek Carr completes his comeback journey by winning a Super Bowl in Vegas. I mean, it's all just so clear to me now.
Going back to Foster, I see him in the 8-2. I was hoping he'd be in the 1-8.
Damn.
Hey, Keith Kirkwood, go ahead and give it to Foster. Y'all can switch numbers.
No, Keith Kirkwood, one of the all-time great Saints. right next to Dan Arnold. And
what college did Keith Kirkwood go to?
Temple. I don't know.
No, definitely an Akron Flash.
Definitely Temple.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was a guess. I swear to God.
That was just a complete guess?
That was
Oh
a
my
complete
God,
guess.
dude. Wow.
Keith Kirkwood did score a touchdown in a playoff game.
Let me guess. Keith Kirkwood played for Matt Rule. No surprise.
I don't know. This is what, his fourth year in no.
I feel like Keith Kirkwood's been in the league for 8 years. Has he not?
No, 4.
Yeah, no.
Oh, wow.
Timelines don't add up.
Yeah. You wanted to make it work, though, which I can appreciate.
I feel like Keith Kirkwood's probably been in the league for 8 years. I feel comfortable.
I remember last year all the injuries and Kevin White catching passes, and you were like, Kirkwood's out, and I was like, oh man, not Kirkwood. Like, that's how bad things have gotten.
Now, his 4 years of experience, though, there could be some practice squad years in there. He might have played for Matt Rule.
Maybe.
That might be our Cornhusker take of the day.
Corn Hub Colonel of the day, Matt Rule. All he does is have success, dude. Let's ride. All right, so look, there it is, man. OTAs, an unqualified success for the New Orleans Saints.
As they should be.
Day one.
They should
Qualified success. You should be more hyped about this Saints team than you have ever been over the past 3 years. When we get back here on OTB, so called Brian Kelly, and then we got Would You Rather Wednesday that we will do at 8:30 today if you want to get those in the chat. Keep it locked right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Go to All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com. All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com is the website where you can start your car buying journey, or you can end it there because you can actually custom order whatever vehicle you want right there on the website. So whether you want a Camry, RAV4, Tundra, Tacoma, Sienna, whatever the case may be, Sequoia, you want to guess, it's all there for you at All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com. You can also get Toyota certified used vehicles, or you still get warranty coverage, cheaper per day rental prices, traditional rental companies. And if you're a recent graduate, go look at the great deals that they have for you. It's right there off of Airline Highway, y'all. I love them. You will too. All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.
Yeah, so when you go to that website, you can actually click on Build a Toyota under the new tab there, and that's how you get the Murdered Out Mini. That's how you get everything that you want, and you can customize the Camry, the Corolla, the Prius, like whatever. It's available right there and how you want it. All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving.
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Wednesday's Hump Day AFR, presented by Pluckers. LSU underway at the SEC tournament. We'll recap Tigers and Gamecocks. Join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Mario's in there just rubbing burger grease on his gums. Jerez, you can't keep eating the supply. These burgers are for the customers. You find him, he's got a spoon with like a piece of raw meat on top of it, a lighter underneath, belt around the arm.
Shout out Bobby Bears Cajun Cannon, former employer.
God, your dad probably like, why are we losing so much money on burgers? What's happening?
So that is the funniest part about the Cajun Cannon restaurant, is that the whole ordeal implies that my father has some sort of day-to-day involvement in it. Like, I do have multiple people ask me, it's like, is he in the kitchen? I'm like,
Is he in the kitchen?
No. That man would make, I mean, now he is meticulous, but his idea of cooking dinner back in the day was like, you know, a hungry man dinner, but just treated with care. Maybe like transferred to a plate and maybe like pre-cut or something to make him feel as if he was doing something in the culinary space.
Yeah, so like same thing, you know, investor in walk-ons in North Louisiana.
Yeah.
And me and Todd Walker are partners in it. And when it first opened, people like, you know, would call me like if there was like anything going on, good, bad, or indifferent. I'm like, it's not.
Yeah,
it's not really how I'm involved. Or like for like, hey, can you give me a table? I'm like, I'm not hands-on.
Yeah,
not day to day up there. I can help you maybe. Let me see if I can do something. But yeah, I can't help you probably.
Shout out though, get the Cajun A-Bear fries with the roast beef debris. You're gonna need to take a nap immediately afterwards, and you might feel your arteries congealing as you're digesting, but I'll be damned if it doesn't taste good.
True story. I swear we're going to move on to Derek Carr. A girl quit in the middle of her shift because she wanted to eat her cheese fries, but they didn't let her eat her cheese fries like while she was still serving tables. And they got cold, and she quit on the spot because she couldn't eat her cheese fries.
I mean,
look, who doesn't love cheese fries?
In her defense, is there a food that suffers worse from going cold than fries?
No, because not only do they go cold,
fries.
they're soggy too.
Yeah.
So yeah,
well, they get soggy because the grease starts to get cold. They kind of contract it on themselves. If you're talking about cheese fries, then the cheese is going to congeal and harden. And look, you know me, I'm someone who loves cold food, cold spaghetti. I absolutely adore cold chicken. Like, I fully subscribe to the Michael Johnson theory of stuff when it's cold is not better or worse. It's generally just different. I think fries are objectively worse.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, like actually, like find me the food that isn't maybe like ice cream where it's literal, you know, form changes from solid to liquid, but like find me the food where going cold makes it
worse than fries.
Not only that, you can't reheat them.
if you have a grease fryer like I do.
Yeah, but like if you take a to-go box home and you stick it in the microwave, the fries are
Oh no, you can never do that. You
fries
can
are terrible.
microwave it. No,
Now, if you don't have an air fryer or grease fryer, you can get like just any skillet. Like I just use my cast iron for everything, but you can get a skillet, oil it up a little bit, and you can re-crisp them, kind of just cooking them that way. But
right, you breaking out the skillet and doing that, like they better be some fire fries.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not doing all that.
Yeah.
Like a to-go box.
Yes, but then we get into a question of is it worth it? Like I absolutely understand where y'all are coming from there. No, I would say the air fryer is the best way to reheat fries if you really want to. But again, reheating fries feels like you're saying, Tim, just it just doesn't work.
They're dry.
So if somebody doesn't let you eat your fries while you're working, just quit.
Yep.
And know that you're supported.
I feel bad because he just turned 7 and you're fooling a 7-year-old, but Memphis loves boneless wings. And he loves them from like places like Walk-Ons. Like he loves them, right? And he likes that they're drenched in barbecue sauce or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So he always asks, like, can you give me something to go? And so I just buy the grocery store like popcorn chicken, put them in the deep fryer.
Yep.
Get Chick-fil-A barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
Smother and cover. Shake up a little bit. I'm like, hey, I got your boneless wings from the restaurant. And he's
There
like,
you go.
Yeah.
That's just good business right there.
Mm-hmm.
We bought 2 of those chicken nugget party trays for my daughter's 2nd birthday, and I'm not exaggerating. I think they gave me 1 sauce packet for each 2 nuggets. Like I have a literal box of 100 different Chick-fil-A sauces in my pantry, and it's been awesome.
I was about to say, like, you're not complaining about that, right?
No, it's incredible because I'm like, ooh, I want like a little ranch or like I want a little Chick-fil-A sauce, a little Polynesian, a little barbecue. They have a sriracha sauce, which I didn't even know existed. I'm like, okay, dude, this is all pretty tasty.
Yeah, and they sell the main 3 in the grocery store:
I
Chick-fil-A,
do know that.
Polynesian, and barbecue.
Well, I'm fully aware of that because I literally had to throw away a full thing of Polynesian because it was getting out of control. Every time I walked past the fridge, I was getting out a piece of salami and throwing on just a dab of
it's just a dab. Enjoy
Polynesian,
yourself.
just a little dab of Polynesian on a piece of salami, and I was eating it. But it was every time I was walking past the fridge. I just couldn't. I couldn't. It was like the beating heart in the Foot Locker at the end of the bed. I just couldn't stop thinking about that delicious Polynesian. Have you ever like taken a bite of food and you like whatever sauce you have so much that if you forget to put the sauce straight on there, you just pour the sauce straight in your mouth? Like take a bite of food and then just
No,
like a
you know
little
what?
squirt?
That's a level of husky I've never been to.
I mean, hey, don't knock until you try it.
I'm not even judging.
You
I'm
ever
just saying
licked-
I've never been there.
You ever licked the little Polynesian container clean?
No.
What?
No. But I have seen my oldest kind of like cheers a Chick-fil-A little pack and finish it
That's what
like
I'm
it was a
saying.
shot.
I always kind of look around in shame before I do, but I'm not too proud to say that I haven't
I was
finished
about
a
to say,
couple
right.
sauce
Who
packets.
You're really looking around to make sure everybody's watching.
No, I'm looking around to
I've
make
never
sure
known you to be
nobody's
embarrassed about
watching. No,
anything.
that's not true at all. But also there would be few things I think more embarrassing than somebody catching you actually darting your tongue in and out of a sauce packet like you're a cat lapping milk.
Have y'all ever seen a
But
situation
it
where
does taste
T-Bob
good.
was like worried about any? It's one of the things that I think is a very good quality.
Karaoke, I mean, even though I got over a bit of that, I feel better about
Yeah,
karaoke
you
now.
did
I've
Jack
done it a couple
Black.
times. That's true. That was kind of like my
Oh,
biggest
no, too.
fear.
I think
Not really.
The point is,
Yeah.
if you see me eating sauce packets in public, please just don't call me out on it.
I'm
Just
just gonna
let me
tap
be.
you on your shoulder and be like, "Hey, bud."
No, just let me be. I don't need to be called out. I just need
you
no
wanted
one
me to let you know if I saw you. You've been seen.
Edward says, I've seen people at Popeyes suck ketchup packs and toss chicken bones packs out their window. I don't mind tossing chicken bones out the window. It feels kind of, it's not a great look. I wouldn't do it, but at least I feel like animals would eat it or something.
Yeah,
Go back to the earth.
Littering is like a pet peeve.
But
too. Like,
yeah,
what
no,
are you
littering's the
doing?
worst.
Like,
Littering's the worst.
yeah.
Don't throw the ketchup packets
bum.
out. I mean, don't throw the kitchen bones out either, to be clear. That's like the other
I
day.
hate when somebody throws a cigarette out the window. I'm like, "Hey, bud."
Yeah, if you want to
Find
smoke a
somewhere else to
cigarette,
put
you got to
that.
put it in like a cup in your car or
Yeah.
something and then wait to throw it away. Like if you want to smoke in your car, you've already opened that door. Just accept it that
Yeah.
you don't just get to trash the earth because of it. Yeah, like the other day I was taken aback when I was driving behind a car and the door opened and dude just dumped like 4 cups out. Just on the street.
I'm saying something.
I was shocked. It was right before we got on the interstate. I wouldn't say anything anyway, but I was like, I was legitimately taken aback. I was like, what?
Makes me so mad.
That's unreal, dude. Bilbo says cold hot dogs. Nope, cold hot dogs are delicious.
I did a cold hot
I used
dog.
to eat cold hot dogs all the time.
Yeah, I
growing
did.
up.
Yeah,
Yep.
I did too.
They're great. Soup made cold. I mean, a lot of soups made cold are still going to taste good.
There's some soups that are supposed to be.
Yeah, they might be different, but they're still going to taste all right. Like you can eat cold gumbo. It's not the ideal way to do it, but you can. Again,
Gumbo
fries,
too hot
egg,
is not my
cold
favorite
steak,
either.
I like cold steak really good. I love cold
Yeah.
steak.
I mean,
It's got a different texture.
my steak doesn't stay on there long enough to get hot.
That's true.
So,
would you rather cold water or room temperature water? Cold water, even though I know if you're just trying to hydrate scientifically,
Yeah,
room temperature is best.
I
but
prefer room temp if I'm inside.
Really?
But if I'm out there grinding, I need some cold water.
I mean, the psychological benefit, it's like they always used to, like they tried to in high school do a thing where they were going to feed us room temp water because it was scientifically better for hydrating. But the psychological cost benefit or the opportunity cost of losing the relief that you get from that ice cold water in the heat was not worth it. Like whatever incremental gains you're getting scientifically, you need the cold water to stay sane when you're out there in that weather. Bottom line. All right.
A true would you rather when we
Would you rather when we get back here on OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Bilbo says you also like steak with ketchup. I mean, that's not even true. I would never do that.
No.
Booger McFarland does though. So if you want to go after someone, go after Boog. And you can go after him with Gordon McKernan if like Booger were to like rear end you or something.
Yeah.
Right. You need somebody who's going to fight for you, get it done in the courtroom for you. 225-888-8888. But as we always say, the man behind the avocado, Gordon, continues to do great work in the community. Recently raised a few $1,000s for Turner awareness. You saw the G team out there with the Miracle League earlier this week. If you want to keep up with everything they got going on over there with your favorite athletes, find them on social media at Get Gordon. Okay, and you watch the Grubwood G series. It's great, man. Get Gordon and get it done.
Yeah, you can get it done on that website, getgordon.com right now. Maybe you can't get to the phone. It's right there all for you on the website. You can ask anything with that chat box that pops up, but any area code in Louisiana followed by the 8s, call them today as well.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Get 3.99% financing at Corval Toyota in Opelousas on select 2023 models. We also have a large selection of pre-owned inventory. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corval Toyota in Opelousas. Happy Town, USA.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
The importance of doing this fortified program and offering it to people down here is number one, the only real chance you're going to get to do this is when you put on a new roof or build new. And through companies like HUDCO, who's kind of leading the way in this thing, it's going to offer the customers a huge advantage in the insurance market and the price of their insurance.
You know, we're not looking to make a fortune off fortifying. We're trying to give you a better product than our competitor at the moment. I'm trying to do something that he can. I'm trying to give you something better. So a lot of these insurance shops, you're getting a re-roof, you're only paying your deductible. Let's sit down and talk about the fortified and let's see what it does to your insurance premium. You're getting a steal.
Yeah.
You're getting a brand new roof and a fortified certificate for your deductible, essentially. I think we're rocking and rolling.
Bayou Ford has $15,000 off plus 0.9% APR for 60 months on all new 22 Ford F-150 SCA trucks and incredible deals on all remaining 2022 inventory. All with Bayou's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's that time again. It's heating up. Your boat's getting ready to come out and spend all summer on the water. It's time to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service, where if you want an incredible custom speaker install, it's going to blow people away in the water, that's there for you. You want an HD sonar where you can see the fish under the water before you cast, beat all your friends, that's there for you at front-to-back boat service. So don't put it off. We got the parts in.
Join me, Jimmy Ott, for the Wednesday edition of Game Time. Go see my boy Miguel at Modesto. Modesto on Burbank, right by Walk-Ons. It's the Wednesday edition of Game Time, 6 to 8 p.m. from Modesto on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
I love a first cast when the water's glass and the line starts to run. Well, that first sip of a cold beer when the working week's done. I love the twilight in the morning before the day wakes up. Well, the windows down on a first ride in a paid-up truck. And I love a slow down in a beach town with an ocean view. And I love a first fall Saturday trip down to Baton Rouge. And I love a six-string with stars out in the campfire road.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back, OTB.
We're doing great.
Let's do a little Would You Rather Wednesday.
Okay, which would you rather be?
Now, what superpower would you rather have?
The question is, would you rather date the blind or the deaf?
Would you rather drown or be burned alive?
Would you rather be overpaid or underrated?
Rather you just said thank you and went on your way.
Survive. This is not a would you rather, but I do think this is worth mentioning. OTB quick fix. You want to heat up your boudin sausage in the microwave, take a paper towel, get it damp, wrap said boudin sausage in the microwave, and then heat it up. So actually, yes, wrapping a damp paper towel, almost anything you're heating up in the microwave will go better because you're going to hold that moisture in there.
There's just too many ways to do it better now. You don't have to use the microwave.
Yeah, I guess if
the microwave's really
but it is quickest. It's still quickest. It's still quickest.
I mean, yeah, but
yeah. I'm saying I can go.
There's nothing that's better out of the microwave.
I can go warm boudin in the mouth in 45 seconds.
But it's not as good.
No, it's not as good.
Like that's the whole point. Like, why am I gonna? I'd give me 3 minutes, and even 3 minutes in the air fryer is gonna give it a better crisp.
Look, I don't know if you understand this, but I'm a pretty big business guy, and time is money. Okay.
What do you?
So I need
what?
those. I need.
I know your schedule.
I need those 2 minutes, dude.
I mean, you have a busy one someday. Certainly today's a busy day for you.
Time is money.
You should do a video blog on how busy Wednesdays are.
Time is
for
money.
you. I think that'd be good for you. You got a lot of things going on.
No, I was
Wednesdays.
already showing up in one last Wednesday. Would you rather the Saints make the NFC Championship or the LSU make the 4-team playoff?
LSU. Yeah. No hesitation.
The Pelicans made the conference finals.
I knew that was coming. I can appreciate it.
Non-answer. It's weird. I would actually answer Saints because I do feel like Brian Kelly's going to accomplish his goals here.
No,
right?
see, but things are better here where we currently live and on this show if LSU is in that situation.
But I'm desperate for the Saints to prove that they can be a winner outside of the Breeze Payton era. I told you it's kind of my entire theory, my entire theory behind the importance of this year. So no, give me the NFC Championship.
My answer depends on if I'm doing the LSU games or not this year.
Wow, of course
it all comes
Mario
back
themed
to
answer.
you.
Always.
Yeah.
No, it's LSU easily.
I mean, yeah, it's easily. The economy here does better when LSU's good. I mean,
he's
no.
a Dallas guy. So.
Would
you rather have to use an inhaler filled with John Goodman's flatulence or have to wear someone else's dentures when you eat?
Ooh. Oh my
I think it depends on how often I'm eating compared to using the inhaler.
Yeah,
maybe.
Well, the problem is if you're using dentures, you don't have teeth, and I feel like just not having teeth is just a tougher
I'll do
life.
the inhaler.
I think I would do
just
the dentures
inhaling
and just eat a lot
farts.
of soup.
Would you get used to the smell after a while? I mean,
I kind of feel like eventually you would get used to tasting. And
It's
at
not the
least
smell. It's just like you're like.
Well, it's a tasting because you're not going to do it up your nose.
I still think I'm going with the inhaler.
Yeah,
The
I'd
denture's
probably
too
go
nasty.
inhaler too.
Like I'm just eating a lot of soup.
At least it's John Goodman's farts. You know,
I mean,
That's what I'm saying. I like
everybody's
John
all
Goodman.
American.
I mean, yeah, we love John Goodman.
Yeah.
Tigers.
Who doesn't? I always think about him playing the Cyclops. No brother, where art thou?
Yeah,
Steals the
great.
show.
Yeah,
I heard a story.
great. Like what? I mean, how long was that?
5 minutes,
Yeah.
maybe.
Tops.
I heard a story about him falling off a Mardi Gras float in the early 90s.
Yeah,
That was
he's a
before
legend.
social media and stuff, but that must have been a scene.
Would you rather Derek Carr or Daniel Jones at this point? Derek Carr. I like Danny Jones, but Derek Carr.
Give me Derek Carr.
I would not feel as good about the Saints if they had Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I don't know
right
why
now.
you would ask that question. I don't think it's close.
Well, I mean, Daniel Jones is rising stock.
Yeah, but he
I
had a
get
good
it,
year
but
last
yes,
year.
Yeah.
Gives you a rushing element, but I'm still taking Derek Carr.
Would you rather own Jake?
Tough.
What about you?
That's tough. Depends on who the offense coordinator is.
Jake
I mean,
would rather hear Andy Dalton.
to Mario's. I mean, words lie, numbers don't.
Would you rather own a lightsaber or a land speeder?
I don't know what a land speeder is.
Land speeder, lightsaber, too dangerous.
What's land speeder?
It's like what Luke rides, a little like hovercraft.
Okay, yeah, I know what
basically.
that is.
Just like kind of hover above the
It
ground.
was in
yeah.
Obi-Wan, the
Yes,
series, right?
Yes, yes, 100%
Okay,
that
yep,
vehicle.
Yep.
Lightsaber's so dangerous. You don't actually want to own a lightsaber. You will cut off your own limb. Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll take land speeder. I don't have use for a lightsaber, so I'll
that's
take
what I'm
land
saying.
speeder.
Like, am I fighting people with blades? No.
Yeah, like, I'm just gonna use
I
a
would
gun.
use a land speeder, like in everyday life.
If anybody messes with you, your wife's pissing you off. It's
What?
intimidating.
What did you just say?
That was such a murderous. What's the word I'm looking for? Escalation that you then tried to cover up by saying no, only for intimidation. You straight up pulled the Dennis Reynolds. It's the implication. I'm not actually gonna kill her with the lightsaber. I'm just firing it up in front of her face so she knows what could potentially be coming her way.
Yes. I'm not going to take videos of myself in strip clubs with it or anything like that. but
I'm just saying that's
irresponsible use.
That's not responsible. Making somebody think they're gonna die is not responsible use of a lightsaber at all.
Ask Chubb Heath. Doesn't he have one?
Land speeder. Would you rather Malik Neighbors or Johnny Wilson? Give me Malik. I don't know. I mean, I don't think you can go wrong with
Yeah,
either
Malik.
one,
But I
I'll
think
go-
Malik's a more complete receiver.
Johnny Wilson just what, bigger?
Yeah.
Would you rather take Mario's burger away from him or take away Jake's cereal?
Oh, you can take away my cereal. There's been times like if I'm like, hey, we need to shred for TV season or something, I can give it up for 4 or 5 months. That man ain't giving burgers up. When he gave it up for Lent, which I tip my cap to you, it was a struggle at the end.
Wait, is it a
dog
question of
thing.
like which one would we rather eat?
No, this is like a dog thing. It's like, you're not supposed to take a dog.
That's what I'm saying. You take that man's burger
when they're eating.
With the answer he just gave you,
Yes.
you take away that
No,
man's
I agree.
burger.
I agree.
He's
getting
shanking you.
I don't
You're
know
getting
because I don't
lightsaber.
like cereal as much as I do burgers either. So it's like
Then you're
I
taking.
guess I'm thinking of like which I would rather have in terms of taking.
I would rather eat someone's burger than their cereal.
That's what I'm saying. I think I'm taking the burger.
Yeah, I think so too.
I need to find burger joints in South Beach.
Bilbo Baggins.
Bro, if you go to Miami
I knew you were going to say that.
and you go searching for a burger.
Why? They probably got great Cuban.
Yeah, if you go to like
burgers.
somewhere like that, but if you go somewhere Cheney in Miami,
What a
you're doing
burger
a
something.
disservice. I
The
think.
Burger Kings outside of Louisiana are better. I'm sorry.
I mean, that's probably factual. It probably is. But no, go get you like he said. Go find like a little local spot.
Would you rather THC or alcohol? I think there's time and place for both. Generally, probably more in the THC vein.
Right?
Yeah.
Wait,
But I
for
think
what
there's time
purpose?
for both. Just
chilling.
just would you rather-
Recreational.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll take
Recreational
alcohol.
use.
I've never done like THC or
There
anything
you
like
go.
that. So I'll do alcohol.
There you go. Well, joke's on you. I spiked your coffee, bro.
I don't drink coffee either. So
That water. It spiked your
spiked
water.
you spiked my water.
Your
Oh,
water.
okay.
That's why it tastes like mint. I put a couple little drops in there.
I don't drink coffee yet.
Just kidding, HR. Everybody relax. Final one. Would you rather cold water or room temperature water? Oh, we already did that.
Already did that.
We already did that. Never mind.
Oh, would you rather Mr. Gaddy's or CC's pizza, not coffee?
I went to Mr. Gaddy's the other day. I'm going to say Mr. Gaddy's because it's local. We had a good time. We had a little post-season dinner there for all the kids. They played some games, ran around, had a good time.
Look, CC's up in my hometown. Shout out, Mr. Keith. I love your CC's, but outside of that CC's, Mr. Gaddy's.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I have gone Husky Boy more times than Mr. Gaddy's.
Gaddy's for sure. So we got one in Denham, right out by where I live, and like we used to go there all the time.
You
as
live
a
all
kid,
the way out
so
there. My gosh.
Well, I live in Walker.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, good. And you drive a truck. The time I got the most nervous. I've told you this when going into my junior year, I'm back home. I'm at Mr. Gaddy's, and my mom answers my phone. It's Coach Moffitt. He's trying to check in, see how summer's going. And I was so nervous to get on that phone with Moffitt, knowing I was at Mr. Gaddy's, because he's like, "What y'all doing?" She's like, "Oh, we're at Mr. Gaddy's eating pizza." She didn't know anybody, and I'm like,
"Don't worry, Coach. I'm at the salad bar."
He starts to laugh, and he's like, "Hester, we fight to keep you up. It's okay."
I was trying to put together what would be the weird. I know we got to go to break. I apologize. I've already screwed up the last second so badly, but I was trying to put together what would be the weirdest thing to do at a buffet when I was at Gaddy's the other day. And I was thinking, what if you walked up and you just got a plate full of ham cubes and onions and then sat back down like that was completely normal? Like you go to the salad bar, you just get a giant pile of ham cubes and just sprinkle onions over the top and just sit down across from someone and start eating.
Now they sell those ham cubes in like the little protein packs.
Doesn't sound bad. Put some seasoning on it.
Oh, it might actually taste all right, to be fair. Yeah. All right, when we get back, we're going to have to do a very quick thing. And then hour number 3 is going to start at 9 a.m. 30 minutes of game time. Keep it locked to OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Hello, Samantha, dear, I hope you're feeling fine. And it won't be long until I'm with you all the time. But until then, I spend my money up right down on my last dime. Come on, live Baton Rouge. I'm ready, what you put me on through. Gotta send my love down the
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hey, it's Matt Musso. Join me Monday through Friday for your daily update on LSU baseball with Musso at the Box, presented by New Orleans Flooring, wherever you get your podcast, Apple, Spotify, Google, and check out New Orleans Flooring. 2 locations, Metairie and Prairieville, or NOLAFlooring.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $20,000 off new 22 Ram 1500 SCA trucks and incredible deals on all remaining 2022 inventory, all with Bayou's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Turn my music high, 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 yeah. You don't know what you're doing. Sure I do. I'm from the streets where the hood can swallow on me. Bullets will follow on me. There's so much that you could run the slalom. And cops comb this top to bottom. They say that we are prone to violence, but it's home sweet home. With personalities clashing, chrome meets chrome. Prices up and down like it's Wall Street.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal.
Charles Hannegriff joined me and Jimmy out for our new show, Live at Lunch, starting 11 a.m. on Memorial Day.
Can't shake this guy. Live at lunch, 11 to 1.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back, OTB. Look, like I said, we're having so much fun this hour that I screwed up this last segment. I allowed it to go long. I was enjoying the conversation, so I apologize, as we're only going to be back for about a minute here, and then we're going to go to break again. But we got a big hour 3 coming up. Wait till you see Bear Alexander's new apartment. We got Derek Carr and Chris Olave. We got NBA playoff talk. We got a QB tier list for the NFL. And I would remind you right now, hey, check it out. If you are in the business or you're in the market for a whole home generator, go to Accutem. You know, AC, heating, electrical needs. We always talk about Accutem. How about this, though, Jake? Right now, you buy that whole home generator, you get $1,000 off, and you get free whole house surge protection, okay? So don't ever, get your computer wiped, any dumbness like that. Okay, don't have your life ruined over something stupid. Protect yourself in storms, whenever, with Accutemp by getting that whole home generator. Thursday, $1,000 off. Also remember, look, man, all your AC heating and electrical needs, service to the highest degree, AccutempBR.com, Accutemp of Baton Rouge. All right, hour 3 coming up next. Gonna be a lot of fun. Stick around. Hit the like button if you're watching youtube.com/1045 ESPN, and we'll see you in a couple of minutes.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
What's up, y'all? It's that time again. It's heating up. Your boat's getting ready to come out and spend all summer on the water. It's time to take your boat to the next level. with front-to-back boat service, where if you want an incredible custom speaker install, it's going to blow people away in the water, that's there for you. You want an HD sonar where you can see the fish under the water before you cast, beat all your friends, that's there for you at front-to-back boat service. So don't put it off. We got the parts in right now. Get them now before they go back on back order. Front-to-back boat service.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
Good morning, everybody. It is 9 a.m. on Wednesday, May 24th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect sunny skies with a high of 87. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can now catch that up at the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. And you can follow the rest of today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
What up, y'all? Welcome back. Hour number 3 of OTB. And check it out, boys. We're watching SEC Network here in the studio. And right now, your LSU Tigers are rolling up in Hoover, walking in to the stadium, getting ready for some 9:30 a.m. Central first pitch. LSU baseball, the series that never got finished, finishes today. Thatcher Hurd on the mound, taking on the Cox. Can he get it done? Let's go, Tigers. We just need, you actually don't need any, but you want one. You want one ideally. Make this South Carolina team pay. Remember, you came one SEC win short of being crowned SEC regular season champion. You missed out on a great accomplishment over a great body of work. It's all South Carolina's fault for not having that game scheduled correctly in the first place. Get some revenge on the Cox today. Let's go. The Yard Cox. That's what they call themselves, the baseball team. Get the hell out of here.
Real?
Yeah, that's real. It's on the official. That's on the official South Carolina baseball. Twitter.
The Yardcocks?
Yeah. I never. Your reaction, that's why I brought it up, is the same as mine. I was shocked that was a real thing that they say.
No, you're right. I'm looking at GameTalkTraditions.com right now, and for $29.99, you can get a Yardcocks vintage logo T-shirt.
There you go.
Taylor, can we pull up the Yardcocks vintage T-shirt at some point?
I'm going to put the link.
The only thing they screwed up, what were they going to name their new
Cock
mascot?
Commander.
Yeah, the Cock Commander. The fact that they didn't do that is just it's a huge missed opportunity.
Yeah, completely.
So whatever. The point is though, screw the Yardcocks. We don't like them. Okay, not today. Not today. I don't like Williams-Brice. I don't like Steve Spurrier. I don't like football programs that have only won 10 games outside of the Spurrier era once in their entire history. I think that what's his name is overrated.
If what's his name, he must be overrated. Oh, there we go. Yardcocks.
There you go. For $30, that shirt can be yours.
It's a pretty regal-looking shirt, considering it says Yardcocks on it.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing.
It's got like very august sort of.
I thought we were going to go like the complete opposite direction.
No, Beamer. Okay, I don't like Shane Beamer. He sucks.
Oh,
last year ended was
Shane's
just a flash in the pan. Pure luck that they managed to win those two games like they did. Spencer Rattler still sucks. Not convinced at all. Screw South Carolina, dude. They suck. It's time to send him into the losers bracket, okay? And it starts here in about 26 minutes, boys.
You know what I really hope is that LSU finds a way to play Florida in the SEC tournament. You didn't get a chance to play them in the regular season. I'd love to see that matchup.
Yeah. Because you know why? Because the Tigers Caglione the Gators, okay? And they're going to take care of business. Get out of here. Shuhei Putani wannabe. He's actually got some great sets, like 6-2. He's got like a 3.80 ERA and has hit, 370 and a bunch of home runs. But still, whatever. Get out of here, Jack Caglione. No one even likes you. I mean, no one actually likes Florida baseball. They're good, and not even their own fans like them. And I don't know if there's a less likable coach than Sully in the entire conference. Maybe in all of
AJ Prudzinski didn't he play baseball there? Prudzinski?
Screw him. Isn't that who everybody hates? AJ, you talking about?
Yeah.
Isn't he like notorious for being disliked? Yeah, there you go.
I mean, it feels like he did. I remember 2004, him and Brandon McCarthy were both in the LSU locker room because of obviously Jack Marucci. Brandon being an LSU fan, he actually committed. He might even signed with LSU, but then got drafted, so never came to LSU, but still an LSU fan. I think AJ played at Florida. I know he's a Florida fan.
Either way, character concerns. Yeah. Here is Derek Carr speaking on. I know I'm hitting you with a curveball here, so let me know when you're ready. But here is Derek Carr on what it's been like getting to know and work with Chris Olave.
He loves to work. He keeps his head down. Doesn't say much until it's time. But today I was like, hey, I'm coming to you on this. I need you to win. And he's like, how much time do I have? I said, I don't care, just win. Because certain coverages they were playing, and he went up there, got the ball, and we're just building on that. And so watching him run it's been a treat. Him and Rashid can fly. But not only can they fly, they can run routes and they can play football, and so it's fun for me to watch. He loves.
Did you just ooh on he can play football?
They can run routes and play football. I mean, it's big news. Raheem Cheat and Chris Olave. You heard it here first. I mean, tell me that doesn't make you feel 12-5, Jake, here, and that Derek Carr is telling Olave, I need you to win. And he won for him. I just love the leadership. I love the leadership. If I take the tongue out of my cheek, I will say that legitimately it has been reported by all these Saints beat writers that it is a different feeling than the last couple of years as Derek Carr walks up in the line, and that I guess he is a very vocal maestro, and he's making all the mic and protection calls and everything, whereas I guess the last couple of years it's basically just been the center. So
there's no way Andy Dalton didn't call the mics last year. You're not going to convince me of that. Man's been in the league since Jesus was a boy. He's calling the mics.
He's a QB too, dude.
Yeah. Oh my God! The disrespect y'all show the Red Rifle.
I got a hot new used car, okay, and I'm driving that baby to Las Vegas to Allegiant Stadium, where it once lived. By the end of this year, and quotes like that are why. Chris Olave, give me a win. I don't care how you do it, just give me a win.
the veteran quarterbacks calling the mic calls. Congratulations.
Hey, 12-5, boys. OTAs, day number 1, 12-5. To be fair, I was surprised as well when I read that. It seems crazy that Jameis and Andy Dalton would not have been, but hey, you know.
So I know he got benched by Stidham. Y'all were talking about it, but this is the first full-time QB since Breeze retired that was not a backup in his last spot. At least he was a full-time starter. Jameis was a backup to Breeze. Andy was a backup in Chicago, right, before he came to the Saints.
Yeah.
At least Derek Carr was a starter the last time he was playing football.
He actually was benched the last time he was playing football.
Like I said,
yeah,
not counting that.
But
I mean, like
I get
13
it, no.
games of a 17-game
But I
season.
get what
But he was
Mario.
benched,
I do understand what Mario is getting at
Although it's
here.
not factual, I get it.
And yes, you are correct. It is easily the most exciting free agent quarterback signing in terms of where you think they are in the
He
league.
at least had the ability
Except for Drew
to-
Brees, I guess, right?
No, Drew
Obviously.
Brees was on the bench.
Yeah, because of Rivers, right?
Kind of
'Cause of the
Rivers. I
injury.
mean, that's kind of why.
But he was playing well.
Yeah, he was playing well.
Playing well by
I
that
know, but it
point.
is wild. Like you go back to it, like, oh man, like Phil got drafted to replace Drew.
Yes, but then that's exactly when Drew started taking off. But then they were already pot committed, so
Then
they were
he
like,
hurt his
all right.
shoulder.
He hurt his shoulder in that pointless 9-7 game where they didn't actually have to win it, but I think they tried to or something. I can't. And then they were like, okay, well now we're all the way out on you, and the Saints were not. No, but Mario, I mean, yes, it is the most legitimate quarterback signing that you've had in a long, long
At least
time.
he was in the game to call out the mics most of the season.
Also, did you see Jake
Not the
Haener?
last game.
Jake Haener in practice yesterday? Our boy looking good. Derek Carr also said that they addressed the photo shoot in the locker room, which makes me think that they probably had a lot of fun.
Look, you joke, but in those drills, Haener looked good. His footwork was great. He had a great stance.
Show
to him.
him the drills!
He looked really good.
Show him the drills, Taylor!
Was he 8 for 8 too?
He was doing bag drills and throwing it to who's the Saints line quarterback coach right now? Chapman? Curry?
Look, I know you
Ronald
laugh
Curry,
about
maybe?
him doing bag drills, but Jameis Winston is the worst footwork of any
Whoa!
quarterback I've ever
No,
seen.
no. Put up
And
the
just
quarterback
seeing-
bag drill. Stop talking about it and do it then so we can
All right.
judge for
I'm
ourselves.
pretty sure Jameis trips on the back.
The gauntlet drill, Jameis, is that what y'all talking about? That was one of the funniest things ever. With the running backs.
No.
No,
The
I'm talking about the
gauntlet
one
to me
yesterday.
in high school was having to run through a bunch of naked dudes. Everybody just slapped you as hard as possible.
All right, Anthony Davis.
Yeah, what? This is how it goes, dude. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
It didn't go like that in my school.
Oh no, dude. The LSU initiation day was very similar to the Anthony Davis video that Mario is referencing.
I guess I don't even know what he's talking about.
He's talking about Anthony Davis when the older players are like spanking him with like shoes and like kind
High
of
school.
jumping him in. Oh, look at this, Jake. Jake Haener. Look at that.
That's Carr.
Derek Carr.
Derek Carr. Look at that.
Watch
Look at the
Jameis.
guns.
His footwork's awful still.
Look, trips up there.
No, perfect footwork.
Jesus.
Like Haener's a lot, which I'm not surprised.
Look at it. See how Derek Carr knew to duck underneath Jameis's throw as well. Hey, Haener, they got some quick little feet there, Bo.
Yeah.
He is little. Shout out though. Saints probably the best quarterback room in the entire NFL. I mean, if we're being honest, easily have the best backup, top 5 NFC starter, and one of the Fresno greats in Jake Haener. I mean, 12-5, boys. OTA's day 1 in the books. Feels so good. Like I feel 3 times better about the New Orleans Saints than I did yesterday, and it's all because the gun show Derek Carr put on. Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that, okay?
Sometimes I don't know if you're being tongue-in-cheek or if you're being serious.
Because I don't even know if I'm being serious or not. Like I never know where the bit ends and the real take begins.
Is it like the
because
Anthony
I
Richardson? You talked yourself into it?
Yes, like I am actually more legitimately excited about this team than I have been in ages. Because the more I see of Derek Carr, the more I think he is legit. And the more I think that this like kind of second chance for both him and Carmichael and others, they're finding each other at the right time. 2 low men that need each other to prove all their doubters wrong. I like the makeup of the team like we talked about. I like that they have what we believe will be an easier schedule as far as NFL schedules go. So a couple of I like when they have the bye week. I don't mind the home road splits. Like, yeah, man, I think there's a lot to be legitimately excited about. Am I being a bit facetious with my 12-5 after day one of OTAs? Yes, obviously that's humor infused. But I am also legitimately feeling more and more confident about this team going forward. That's all I'm saying.
I feel a lot better than this time last year. I've told y'all that off mic before. A lot better. Just because of the personnel on offense, if anything.
Ryan Brack says if you troll long enough, you start to believe the troll is real. I agree. Like, fake it till you take it. Like, I eventually came around to thinking Anthony Richardson's going to be awesome. And I didn't believe that at first. And now I do believe it. Shane Steichen is going to make Anthony Richardson awesome. Just wait. You're shaking your head, Taylor. Shane Steichen has been a quarterback whisperer.
And he has been that.
He's been incredible. And he knows he knows the score. He knows his fate is tied. He knows he's got, he has to make Anthony Richardson work or he won't be working. He'll have to do one of those annoying career step backs before he gets that second shot. So, just wait.
Who are you taking, Dak or Anthony Richardson?
Dak. As much as Dak's turned over the ball, Anthony Richardson has shown nothing other than he's 6'5" to show that he can be a good quarterback.
At least when Anthony Richardson throws a pick, you're like, okay, well, he sucks. When Dak throws a pick, you get mad because he's supposed to be good.
Yeah. Okay? I know Anthony Richardson's bad. I like it.
That clip that they show against LSU is just horrible tackling by LSU. I'm sorry. I see that so much on tackling. I see that so much.
But you also can't hate on an 80-yard touchdown run. Like, miss me with that. If you run for an 80-yard touchdown on an SEC football field, you did something
They're
awesome.
not all created equal.
That's great.
I'm sorry.
What did he do through the air? Nothing in 2 years.
Go watch the touchdown right before half against LSU from 2 years ago where he threw the ball into space. And the LSU's secondary, their brain broke because the ball was hanging in the air so long, and then it just dropped in the back.
That's not a good thing.
The defense's fault again.
That's what I'm saying. It's not a good thing.
The defense's fault
that
because of the incredible throw by Anthony. That's actually, what are you talking about, Taylor? Literally, that's how you're supposed to throw a Hail Mary. Aaron Rodgers talks about this all the time. You throw with as much height as possible to discombobulate the defenders and allow for chaos elements to reign. Anthony Richardson, boys. I don't know what to tell you. Jay Kaner is going to be awesome. Jameis Winston's the best backup in the league. Derek Carr is a top 5 quarterback in the NFC, maybe in the NFL. Whoa. And Anthony Richardson's going to be Rookie of the Year. These are all my quarterback takes. Okay, there's not a better third-string rookie quarterback than Jay Kaner. Feel very confident in saying that.
What about Malik Willis in Tennessee?
Crap, I guess he is. Well, is he rookie? He's not going to be a rookie anymore. It's a third-string rookie.
Oh, you said rookie. I thought you said third-string quarterback.
No,
okay.
yeah.
Well, Levis technically is a
details.
third-string rookie quarterback right now.
Yeah, but he sucks compared to Jay Kaner. Jay Kaner had way better numbers than Will Levis in college. You know?
Technically true.
Does it feel like I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth as I defend Anthony Richardson and crap on Will Levis? Guess what? I am. And I don't care. Okay? Saints record prediction, go.
I'd go 10-7 right now.
Yeah, okay. Taylor?
I was going to go 10-7 somewhere in there, too.
Oh, wow. Look at you.
Yeah.
Jake?
I was going to say 10-7.
Okay, well, I'll be the only one with a pulse here. 12-5, boys. You heard it here first. OTA's day one in the books. All right, when we get back, let's look at Bear Alexander's new bear exhibit out there in Los Angeles. And then maybe talk a little NBA playoffs, make Taylor Mario happy. Keep it locked right here. About 15 minutes away from game time, LSU-South Carolina. Screw you, Ethan Petrie. Didn't even win Freshman of the Year.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
The importance of doing this fortified program and offering it to people down here is, number one, the only real chance you're going to get to do this is when you put on a new roof or build new. And through companies like HUDCO, who's kind of leading the way in this thing, it's going to offer the customers a huge advantage in the insurance market and the price of their insurance.
You know, we're not looking to make a fortune off fortifying. We're trying to give you a better product than our competitor at the moment. I'm trying to do something that he can. I'm trying to give you something better. So a lot of these insurance shops, you're getting a re-roof, you're only paying your deductible. let's sit down and talk about the Fortified and let's see what it does to your insurance premium. You're getting a steal.
Yeah.
You're getting a brand new roof and a Fortified certificate for your deductible, essentially. I think we're rocking and rolling.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's that time again. It's heating up. Your boat's getting ready to come out and spend all summer on the water. It's time to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service, where if you want an incredible custom speaker install, it's going to blow people away in the water, that's there for you. You want an HD sonar where you can see the fish under the water before you cast, beat all your friends, that's there for you at front-to-back boat service. So don't put it off. We got the parts in right now. Get them now before they go back on back order. Front-to-back boat service.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Charles Hannigrove, join us for the Wednesday edition of Hanny Time. We'll be companioning along with LSU in South Carolina. Scott Rabelais from The Advocate joins us, and we do first class, second class, no class. Hanny Time, noon weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
I hear the drums echoing tonight, and she hears only whispers of some quiet conversation. She's coming in 12:30 flight. Reflect the stars that guide me towards salvation. I stopped an old man along the way.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Welcome back to OTB. Hope you're having a great day. We're watching Aaron Rodgers crow hop at Jets training camp. Speaking of watching things, we talked about it over the offseason, but y'all remember Bear Alexander, he's very good freshman year for Georgia, interior defensive lineman, played, not an every down guy, really good on pass rush this last season. But he transferred to USC earlier this offseason. And Jake, he said it was because he wanted more playing time.
He did.
Right? Obviously.
Yeah.
I think also in the age of NIL. I think USC was quite simply offering more money than Georgia was. And like any of us human beings, if somebody offers you more money, you generally go and do that thing. But yesterday we were treated, thanks to Bear's social media, to a look inside his new apartment. Is his first apartment he's ever had in his entire life. Yeah, I do want it with sound if that's cool, Taylor. And, well, Jake, let's just say the business of college football, or hold on, let me think how I want to say this. College football is a business, and business is booming. Look at Bear Alexander. He's going to be a true sophomore. Here's his first ever apartment.
You give me so much power, and now I know I'm never alone. It is so easy to see that it is your love lighting me up. And I know whatever happens, I'll be happy, because I happen to be good at any situation. Calm and patient, by your grace I'll be singing through the pain.
This man is in a sky-rise penthouse in downtown L.A. That's wild.
So I live downtown in a very similar situation in downtown San Diego back in 2008.
Yeah.
Now, because it was 2008, obviously, financially, that wasn't a great year for a lot of people. And so even prices were down.
Yeah, so you're like, okay, that was not a bad time to be an NFL
yeah.
guy, because you're like, okay, my money's pretty good right now.
So I know what it costs per month to live there. And I was a third round pick in the NFL. To pay for that apartment in the year of our Lord 2023, he is getting broke off.
Now the question is, do you think he's paying for it, or is that wrapped up into some sort of NIL? It might be.
And I'm not. Look, Bear, I'm not hating on you.
I ain't hating.
In fact, you gave me the first interview on the field of the national championship game because you said that you like listening to Sirius XM because they got your favorite. Was it Shade 45?
Shade 45.
Said you like, so I appreciate you. I ain't hating on you, but my goodness, how much that must cost per month, regardless of who's paying for it. I mean, that's a defensive tackle, and I'm never going to be mad at the big fellas either.
Like Avo says, dude got 2 sacks. He got that for 2 sacks. But I mean, that is, hey man, that's the price of doing business. And look, that to me is kind of representative of where USC becomes scary. If they have the buy-in where they can give multiple players that.
That's where we disagree a little bit.
I know. So I don't want to rehash it all. But that to me is where they get,
where they get
scared. I guess that's it.
No, my
it's
point.
Just because we're in a very much agree to disagree point.
Yeah, we are. I'm just saying, like, you can, I said during the break, Washington can do that in downtown Seattle. Like, you can do that in a couple of different places. Like, not everywhere is going to be Los Angeles. I completely get that point, but there is places across the country that can give you something like that. I think it's more of what is your level of buy-in? Because not everybody's going to care about that. Some will, without question.
Yeah.
I think you're right there, T. But I'm saying, like, if you have a level of buy-in in the NIL space, which certainly the place that we cover every day, LSU does, you can't go anywhere in Baton Rouge and not see an athlete on a billboard somewhere or doing something. That's what you have to have. You have to have complete buy-in. Now, what the bells and whistles look like is going to be different for every school. That's USC's. And it's going to intrigue a lot of people. But if your school doesn't have full buy-in, and you look at Clemson, you're in trouble. Again, you can hate it. You can hate every portion of it. But if you're not doing things like this, and it came down to USC and Clemson, who are they going to choose?
Yeah, they're going to
choose that
high-rise apartment. And again, and I'll just say this on the buy-in front, my concern remains that does 5% of LA buy-in represent more money than 90% of Baton Rouge buy-in, right? That's fair. I don't know the numbers.
Right.
But that's my idea behind it. Mara, you gave a very aggressive sigh and shook your head, grimacing during all of this. What was that about?
I just don't care for USC. Y'all know this already. We go through this every year. It's similar with Texas.
I don't know that we do go through this every year with USC. I didn't realize you felt like this about USC.
I do. They're incredibly overrated. Yeah, they had the NIL money, but, facts are facts. They can't beat Utah. They lost to Tulane in the bowl game. Like, no, I'm not buying the hype.
I Oh, I'm with you. I'm with you there.
I know Jake's with you there. I feel where you're coming from.
They better get a lot tougher.
But this is the year that's going to see who's going to be correct on that, right? Because they've amassed the personnel where they should take a big step forward.
Should they have not done better last year with the personnel they had?
No, that's what I'm telling you.
Like
Their defense was hot garbage last year.
Okay.
Their defense looked like a high school defense last year. It was pathetic.
Alex Grinch still coaching them?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. This is Alex Grinch's prove it year. If he can't do good with the defense that they give him now, at least be average. If he can't be the 60th ranked defense, and then Grinch sucks. He's got to go, and then maybe Lincoln Riley's not going to be that guy. Like, I don't know.
Are y'all a little surprised?
But a year one sample from Lincoln Riley is pretty damn strong. What were you saying, Taylor?
Are y'all a little surprised that Grinch still has a big time DC job?
Well, it takes one guy believing in you, right? And I feel you, but
he really wasn't good at Oklahoma either.
But to Lincoln Riley, he was. And I don't, I'm not going to argue about his Oklahoma tenure, but in Lincoln Riley's view, he made that Oklahoma defense better, and so that's why Riley kept him around. I'm sure he likes him too, right? No, Mario, don't. We're doing radio. Don't mime like you're locking your mouth and throwing away the keys.
I saw Alex Grinch's defense in a playoff game, and I took 7 touchdown shots at halftime. 7 at halftime. I don't think he's a good football coach. I'm sorry. That's Lincoln Riley's boy.
Sorry.
Sometimes you have to part. Sometimes you have to part with your boy. Look at Brian Kelly and Polian.
Yeah.
And we're not going to know about USC because here's how they open up: San Jose State, Nevada, Stanford, bye week, at Arizona State, at Colorado, Arizona. I'm not going to know anything about this team. They're going to win all those games.
Yeah.
We would assume they win all those games. If they don't, then it answers the question. Here's where we're going to find out: at Notre Dame, Utah, at Cal, Washington, at Oregon, UCLA. We're going to find out.
We're going to learn. We're going to learn. That's what I'm saying.
That's a stretch. Now, they're lucky they don't play Oregon State because that's a bad matchup for them. Last year, they escaped with a win there. That's a bad matchup for them.
All of these arguments will be settled. And like what's fascinating about that run, Jake, that run can even have the potential to make or break the very buy-in that we're discussing here. You go undefeated on that run, you suddenly become the national story. Well, guess what? Pocketbooks are going to open. You failed during that run, and for the second year in a row, you kind of proved to be flash without substance. Well, then the pocketbooks are going to remain closed. Those are the stakes. How about this? You want to hear something crazy? So I had a whole Brian Kelly segment that I planned on doing that I haven't done yet. It kind of was inspired by a Jim Kleinpeter piece, just kind of looking at Kelly at LSU. But side note in all of it, I mentioned the business of college football being booming, Jake. When LSU hired Nick Saban in the year 2000 and paid him over $1 million, he became the third coach in the nation to make over $1 million a year. He joined Bobby Bowden and maybe was it Steve Spurrier? I'm not sure. But third coach making $1 million. Now, 23 years later, just 23 years, Jake, Brent Pry is making $4 million a year to be Virginia Tech's head coach.
Yep.
And go like 3-7. And I use Brent Pry simply because you've probably never heard of him. And he makes $4 million a year to coach football as the head coach of the University of Virginia Tech. Mm-hmm. Unbelievable. And back in 2000, 3 coaches were making $1 million. Business is booming.
I mean, Tim Beck at Coastal Carolina is making more than that. Jamie Chadwell at Liberty is making a lot more than that.
Yep.
I mean, we could go across. I bet Brent Key at Georgia Tech is making way more than that. I mean, it's crazy. Yeah. If you can buy into that lifestyle, which it's not for everybody, it ain't for me, you can get paid. I mean, we're talking about Mel Tucker making over $9 million per year. Not lifetime contract.
I'm so terrified
per
of
year.
Michigan State fan.
I'd hate life right now if I had and I hope that it's one of those situations. God, I hope I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
it's just not looking great when your starting quarterback and best player on offense leave after spring practice. It's not good. It's not good, Bo.
And don't forget Keon Coleman. You're going to see him as he's playing for Florida State now. So he'll be catching balls from Jordan Travis against LSU and Orlando come this fall. Looks like everybody's bailing on us for the Call of Duty stream. It's not video game time yet, boys, okay? Stick around with us for 30 more minutes. Game underway. And over there in Hoover, the actual baseball game is underway on the SEC network. So go check that out. Thatcher Hurd, baby, about to take this first pitch. Let's go Tigers! When we get back, we got more OTB. Do want to remind you, though, to go to Patient Plus Urgent Care, patientplusuc.com. Patient Plus is your urgent care. So Patient Plus, the letter U, the letter C, urgent care, right? patientplusuc.com. You can actually schedule your visit right there online if you want to, or walk-ins are always welcome. And if you go into any Patient Plus, they've got, double digits littered throughout the city now. But you go into any Patient Plus, you create that digital profile, and then it's as easy as a touch of a button on your phone when you go to the next location to sign in once again. So get with the best urgent care in town. All your occupational medicine needs are there for you as well. Patient Plus Urgent Care, patientplusuc.com. And we will see you on the other side of this break. More to be next.
OTB, OT. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com. Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside off the bench, anytime. Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Hello, Samantha, dear, I hope you're feeling fine. And it won't be long until I'm with you all the time. But until then, I spend my money up right down on my last dime. Home in Baton Rouge. I'm ready, what you put me on through. Gotta send my love down the
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's that time again. It's heating up. Your boat's getting ready to come out and spend all summer on the water. It's time to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service, where if you want an incredible custom speaker install, it's going to blow people away in the water, that's there for you. You want an HD sonar where you can see the fish under the water before you cast, beat all your friends, that's there for you at front-to-back boat service. So don't put it off. We got the parts in right now. Get them now before they go back on back order. Front-to-back boat service.
Hey, it's Hunt. Join me for a Wednesday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show. We're chatting with Chris Demouy, and we're probably going to be a de facto post-game show. The rain stays away in Hoover. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Yeah, Thatcher badass, bringing you back on the mound. You heard? Thatcher heard. The solid 2-out start. Is it 2-2 right now? I love it, dude. It's the first batter of the game, gets to a full count. Already we're at an inflection point. What'd he do? He pitched to contact, and he was rewarded. Josh Pearson with a great catch out in right field. And look at that! Is that Travinski behind the dish?
Well, I mean, yeah, look at that.
Dr. Disrespect. Look at that stash. 3 up, 3 down, you heard? Let's go, Thatcher. Let's go, Tigers. Pitching to contact, Jake. Imagine that.
Yeah, I know. I'm not even kidding. Like, that's huge because, like, even in that 5-inning outing that he had, the first inning was where he got into trouble.
Yep.
And then he shut the door. First inning has been troublesome for him. And if you don't have that troublesome first inning, you like where Thatcher Hurd can go.
Trust your defense as well, right? Like, trust that baseball is hard. Just don't walk people. Like, even if you look at today's 2 starters from the 2 teams, the ERA number is very different, Jake. But in terms of just innings pitched, strikeouts, they're very similar. I want to find the exact numbers here so you have an idea of what's been the big difference between the 2. Where did it go? I guess I don't know. Did not print. Whatever. The point is, he's walked. They basically have the same strikeout didn't he pitch, and he's walked double the amounts of the South Carolina starter. So if he can avoid walks, which he very crucially did in that 3-2 count, forcing the batter to swing, and then getting the ground out on a 2-0 count, getting the pop out just now on a 2-2. Like, let's go, boys. Here we go. Pitch to contact. Win the game. And then let's go bats. Win this rubber match with this bum South Carolina team.
Yeah, you did print it out, T. You do the prep work. We got to find that prep work. Thatcher Hurd did have a 6.59 ERA in 41 innings pitched, 29 walks, 55 strikeouts for Eli Jones. In 46 innings, he walked 15 guys. So half the walks and more strikeouts, 57 strikeouts.
Yeah. So, again, Hurd just needs to clean it up a little bit. Let's see what this lineup can do. What is the lineup today? Pearson and right. Trey Morgan's at first. Okay, here we go.
Catching, yeah.
So we got Cruz leading off. Then Pearson, Tommy White, Trey Morgan batting cleanup, and then Hayden Travinski coming in after that, which I love that. Put runners on base for Travinski. Then Beloso, Thompson, Joubert, and Dugas.
You got Dugas in the 9 spot. I actually don't hate that at all.
Turn it over.
He's
Gavin Dugas in the 9. That's a strong lineup there.
I mean, he's let off a large portion of this year, and obviously he had the shoulder injury and hasn't been as good since then, but still can give you quality at bats. And with Dylan Cruz batting behind him still after that first time in the lineup, right? You got to pitch to him, and we know you throw Gavin Dugas a strike, he can make it leave the ballpark in a hurry.
Is Pearson able to protect Cruz here, do you think? I mean, he's been hot lately. You can't look at Pearson's overall stats on the year
no,
because
I hear what you're saying, though. Yeah.
They were bad, and then he's been really good last week, and especially he was very clutch. But, yeah, we'll see if Dylan Cruz gets something to hit here. Sometimes Dylan Cruz's eye is too good, too. Because, like, pitches go in the exact same spots, and the umps just, like, change it up, and I kind of feel for Dylan Cruz.
I know. You know, it would be dangerous if we could sit here.
Dylan Cruz to the warning track, dude. Almost. Okay, Cruz, we love the contact, Bo. Don't worry. There's his papa. There's a good old boy right there, Bo.
Man, it would be bad if we had games on while we were actually on air all the time.
It'd be awesome.
That'd be great for us. I don't know how what the audience would think. So
yeah, I know. I don't know what
show
this
with not
sounds
seeing
like.
it. It's okay. A couple changes in the lineup though, so I don't hate the changes. We'll see how they work out. I like Travinski behind the plate. I know what Milazzo can give you defensively. The only thing that that you got to be careful of.
on,
If you make the double switch, or if you even just the 1-for-1 defensive switch, you got to be careful a little bit there.
I mean, if Pearson is successful at the 2, it is ridiculous 1 through 9 for LSU right now. Like, there's just not an easy out. The fact that you could have Gavin Dugas trying to turn it over in the 9th spot. And I mean, and you got is Jordan Thompson up to 10 home runs now? Like, I feel like he's probably he's close if he's not at 10 already. Like to have Jordan Thompson just providing clutch and even power hitting down there is something that we don't talk about enough.
Oh, I mean, God bless you.
Sorry, that's why I couldn't talk for a second. I don't know.
I just thought you got speechless on the contact you picked there.
Look at this.
And that. So
no, I know that's what it looked like. Look at this. Look at this, boys.
Oh, wow.
On my screen, if you're listening to the radio right now,
somebody mocked it up.
Corn Hub. It's finally happening. The Corn Hub merch is incoming.
No age verification. You can't be too old and just love Nebraska.
Yeah.
I just, I'm just glad that they did the right things, and they now brought me onto the Corn Hub, because you run a fullback trap. It's going to go a long way, because, again, I went on like a 6-minute monologue one day when you were out last year about how it was dumb that we were talking about Nebraska and not Illinois.
We need
but
to have
okay.
We need to have Bill Bush on, because he's actually doing radio in Lincoln now. And I told him the other day that we're both members of the Husk Hive. So hopefully we get some insight from Bush there.
I wonder how that went. Like, hey, Coach, we're both now members of Corn Hub.
I can't remember exactly how. I can't remember exactly how it broke down, but I did explain to him the whole. I explained to him Corn Hub.
Oh, T-Bob. Jordan Thompson has 11 home runs.
There you go.
Okay.
Damn, told you, dude. We should make shirts with like.
Now, how badass was the San Diego Slammer poster that LSU baseball made?
Oh yeah, with like the tidal wave or whatever. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
Well, we should make Corn Hub shirts, but it's you like finishing onto a play design of the fullback trap, but it's like a corn cob with corn kernels. You see what I'm saying?
See, I knew if we did this segment long enough and you kept saying Corn Hub that you would go inappropriate.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of my deal. Yeah. Juvenile, somewhat risque humor, innuendo. It's what I traffic in.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of what adults,
it's okay.
other
It's
adults have chosen to pay me for.
Sometimes you do it at 7:15, and do I hear from my flag football team? I do.
What? No way, dude. They're not
yeah.
listening at 9:45. It's summer.
I said,
go do some summer things.
That's what I just said.
Okay.
I said it's 9:45.
Oh,
I said typically
I thought you
say that at 7:15,
okay. Yeah.
and then the group chat starts to pop off a little bit. Like, hey T, at least give us like little muffins or something to put over the years.
David Bash is a corn cob with a big glob of butter dripping down from the tip. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, all right. We're taking a break. More OTB when we come back.
Corn up.
OTB, OT.
Go to Riverlands Insurance. Riverlands Insurance account. In fact, if you need a crop insurance, Jake, Riverlands got you. 225-206-1517. All your insurance services under one roof. They have access to all the top policy dealers. They will shop around. They will find you the best policy from a coverage and money standpoint, right? Every day we get people hitting us up saying, thank you. I called 225-206-1517. That's Thomas and Megan's email, cell phone number. The father-daughter all-star insurance combo. I called them up. You know what they did me? They did all the work. They saved me hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a year. Join that happy number. 225-206-1517.
Yeah, call that number right now. Write it down. Call him right now. Tom's going to answer, and he is going to help you out. We've heard it so many times before. People have called during this live, and they've saved money. You can call Thomas right now. Again, anywhere in the state of Louisiana, he can help you out. 225-206-1517.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Turn my music high, 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 high. Yeah. You don't know what you're doing. Sure I do. I'm from the streets where the hood can swallow on me. Bullets will follow on me. There's so much that you could run the slalom. And cops comb this top to bottom. They say that we are prone to violence, but it's home sweet home. With personalities clashing, chrome meets chrome. Prices up and down like this Wall Street.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary. For those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's that time again. It's heating up. Your boat's getting ready to come out and spend all summer on the water. It's time to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service, where if you want an incredible custom speaker install, it's going to blow people away in the water, that's there for you. You want an HD sonar where you can see the fish under the water before you cast, beat all your friends, that's there for you at front-to-back boat service. So don't put it off. We got the parts in right now. Get them now before they go back on back order. Front-to-back boat service.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Wednesday's Hump Day AFR, presented by Pluckers. LSU underway at the SEC tournament. We'll recap Tigers and Gamecocks. Join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
He should have been asking to get shucked, okay? By working hard in the film room. The corn hub, the corn.
Travinsky's usually a helmet and mask guy, right? He's got the hockey catcher's mask on today. Noticing that a little different.
I've never noticed a difference. So that's like all in one compared to what, like taking the mask off the back
And the
of
helmet. Yeah, I mean, which like I played catcher and it was for a little bit and it was mostly because I got to wear that helmet and mask.
I used to love catching. It was the only thing I've ever really loved in baseball because of how much fun it was and the armor you get to put on and how active it was.
Yeah, and like,
but
Mike Piazza made that helmet look pretty cool.
Ain't no left-handed
Javi
catcher.
Lopez, pretty cool. He'd finish it, get it, turn it around,
That's true.
Yeah.
Even though I did notice, side note, it must not matter as much as softball. UL had a left-handed catcher.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
I was like, huh, look at that.
Yeah. We played a lefty third baseman the other night. Looked great. I was like, okay. I mean, It's not easy.
Look at that, you're her, dude. Striking out one, easy ground out on the next. Let's go, baby. All right, Ask the Bench brought to you by Cold Curse Light, Vizzy Hard Seltzer, and Blue Moon Light Sky Citrus Weed. Ask the Bench, how do you eat your corn, around the rim or up and down the cob? I go like this, well, I can do if it's like a small kernel, I can do a kind of Scooby-Doo thing where I put it in the side of my cheek and I basically just turn it and gnaw, and then it comes out completely clean.
How does one find out he can do that?
Developing years of technique and practice. You know, those little cobs at the in a crawfish bowl are just perfect for single-use takedown.
Did your grandma used to have the corn cob holders?
Yeah, my mom used to. I love those things. They're awesome. For when it's too hot.
Y'all know what we're talking about here? Yeah, you put them in there and
the stabby things.
Exactly. That's the thing. It feels like you're stabbing someone,
Yeah.
which I'm, no shock.
I
Mario
use those.
picked up on that.
Yeah.
No, I really do use those to eat my corn.
Oh, okay, to eat your corn.
No, I do. When we have barbecues and we have corn, yeah, I use them.
Oh, I still use my hands
It's a little fancy lad.
Yeah, I don't really know why we use those. Like, just pick it up and just.
Yeah, come on, be a man.
It's easier. It's just better access.
Is it though? I mean, doing this and just.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it is.
I'm used to the motion, I guess, but yeah, I think so.
It's kind of an extra step.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I can also do like the old cartoon, just like you go like turn like a typewriter.
Ask the Bench, what do you think of the Fast and Furious movies? I think they have their place.
I think they're cool. I've never seen them.
I think that I know exactly what I'm getting into. Physics doesn't exist in that world, which is okay. I know what I'm getting into. Are they cheesy? There's a lot of cheesiness. Are they entertaining? Pretty entertaining for me. So I think if you know what you're getting into, you walk in there, you don't expect a lot, but you expect to be entertained, Fast and Furious movies will do it for you.
Yeah. I mean, I shouldn't speak because I haven't seen past Tokyo Drift. So, I hope to see them.
They thought the franchise was dead at that point.
Yeah, I know.
Little did they know.
Ask the Bench, best role in a band. You can't kill family, dude.
Nope, can't do it.
Unless Jeremy Renner asks you to, or unless Ben Affleck asks you to.
Yeah, Ben Affleck.
Unless Ben Affleck asks you, then you do it, no questions asked.
Right.
Yeah. See, exactly. You end up killing your own family if you don't ask questions.
But the person that you went and asked is your closest family member, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to sacrifice sometimes.
Yeah. So which brother are you killing with the other brother? That's the bench. Best role in a band: singer, guitarist, drummer, bassist, keyboardist.
Ooh.
I've always been a lead guitar man myself.
I mean, drummers up there. I still think, man, the lead, the front man.
The lead singer. Yeah, like you said, he's the front guy. He's the face of everything.
Yeah.
He's the quarterback.
I mean, Steven Tyler's Aerosmith, you know what I'm saying? Even though, they've got other famous members in the band.
For sure.
You know.
Having a good voice is
Like,
incredible.
Keith Richards, great, but Mick Jagger's Rolling Stone.
Yeah, but Keith Richards is cool as hell.
I know. It is. It's not a bad deal.
Robert Plant's awesome, but Jimmy Page is Jimmy Page.
Mm-hmm.
John Mayer's John Mayer.
He is. He is both.
We love you so much. We hope you have a great day. Beat the Cox. We'll see you tomorrow on OTB.
OTB.